All right, we are back with you here. Hopefully you're stuck with us. It's gone to yellow now, so we'll see if it stays on here with our live stream. And if you're sticking around with us, we appreciate it. We're trying to get everything solved here. We got here, and we have 4 bars right now, but most of this game we've had 2 bars on the ATT wireless. It's not handling the feed very well. Not sure why. We'll get that corrected here before the second game and figure things out. If I have to change streams, I will. Again, Remo Williams here next to Itzy Cartwright.
Haven't missed a lot.
No, it's surprisingly a very low-scoring game as we're talking 6-0. A lot of y'all probably been getting updates from your friends. 9:50 here in the second quarter. And Bosqueville has been giving Mart everything they want and more here tonight. Well, hopefully we got it figured out. If not, we'll keep working on it like we've been doing. If I can find my board here. Excuse me there, Dave. Dave Emily with us here on the right side. He's hopefully been keeping stats still. And we'll be able to give you some of that. At halftime, 9:50 away, 6-0 your score. Mart is up, and we are at third down, and quickly in the backfield is Green, and he throws Webb to the ground, but Webb is able to get rid of the ball for an incomplete pass, but it'll be 4th down for Bosqueville at their own 37-yard line. And again, we thank you for joining us here as we were, and I don't know why your OBS didn't work there, but we might try that here later. We are on, I think. Let's try. So spread the word if you're one's listening on Facebook and everywhere else that you can that we may be on, be showing to be on, and hopefully we'll stay on as there is the punt. There's a flag on the ground. Ball carrier is Martin, and he gets it up to the 42-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for the Mart Panthers here. As I'm going to start checking all my mails here because I've got a few of them, Itzy. So,
well, just to kind of a brief recap, of course, Mart's only touchdown came with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Horn with a 1-yard run. We thought we had one. I went and looked up the rule. It looked like we had Sauceda for an 88-yard touchdown, and he got called for, it looked like a live ball taunting penalty, which is spot of the foul plus 15 yards. So he did do the taunting around the 15. That's why we ended up at 30.
Excuse me. I'm going to turn this up just a hair because I can't.
So that was a huge mistake early on for Sauceda. And other than that, the Bosqueville offense has really kind of moved the ball in between the 20s, just hasn't been able to punch it in. Mart defensively looks like they're finally starting to get the pass rush going. But offensively, they've been a little rusty.
New quarterback, yeah. new receivers out there they're throwing to. Sauceda, of course, is back. But, you know, it's a new system. Again, this is a team in scrimmage, Itzy, has scored 16 touchdowns against the likes of Conley West and Riker during their scrimmage time and only allowed 1 touchdown. So I think we knew their defense is going to be great again, but I think it's just going to take a little while before the offense gets rolling again here. There is going to be a sack in the background. Is back through the offensive line is big old number, is that 57? Yes. Jalen Stroud with the sack all the way back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it's at least the 3rd or 4th time tonight we've already seen Stroud in the backfield. They're having problems containing him along the line of scrimmage. And that's a shame. He had time. He had Sauceda wide open down the middle of the field. He just couldn't get set and enough time to get it to him.
I'm going to write, I think we're on here, Itzy. So for people out there on Facebook, I think we are on.
Oh, look out.
And here is a run by Bailey at the 30 to the 40. Can't break the tackle, but gets across midfield and into Bosqueville territory at the 46-yard line. A great run that time by Bailey. It was just one of those little jet sweeps to the near side.
Well, I tell you what, though, we talk about, you know, how fast Bailey is, and you don't ever somebody catch him in the open field, but we did see the defending 200-meter state champ. He ran him back from behind.
Is that Estelle?
That is Estelle.
Marcel Estelle.
My goodness.
Did some things against Mart last year in that 77-14 win over Bosqueville, but he was a pleasant part of the Bosqueville side of things. Pass down the middle of Bailey at the 20. Oh, and he's caught. He pulls it in with the defender all over his back down to the 15-yard line. That's a good, 23 yards on the pass.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and Martin, I mean, great. Had a lot of time, set his feet, and put that only where Bailey could get to it. Great throw and catch.
I didn't think Bailey was going to come up with it, but he got low to the ground where he could only get to it. And now they'll send Freeman in motion from the near to the far side. They'll hand it off to him, and he'll dart up the far hash marks for a nice gain of 5 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, second time tonight we've seen Freeman run that same play. Got 3 yards the first time, five on that carry.
Yeah, looks like we're going to red again.
Oh, man.
Let's see how many bars I got over there, Itzy. I mean, we're on. We're still on.
Full.
Full? Full of what? All right, second down and 5 from the 10-yard line. The Panthers up 6-0, 7:53 in the second quarter. Low snap. Martin picks it straight up, goes straight ahead, wide hole, and he's going to get down to the 1-yard line on the 9-yard carry. Keeper for the quarterback, Kyler Martin.
Boy, I'm surprised. It looked like he was going to get in pretty easy and just kind of got flat in there at the 1. Still first and goal for the Panther offense.
Try to get some commercials in here because I don't think we've played anything from our sponsors here today, have we? We want to thank EMEC. That's the Energy Market Exchange. We'll tell you all about them as we go along. Here is a handoff. They're in the end zone, but there's a flag on the play. We'll wait and see what they call.
I think that might have been offside. Somebody, Bosco, trying to get an early jump.
We hope so.
Yeah.
It is offside. They'll decline it. It is a marked touchdown as it is a 1-yard run, and I didn't see. Did Bailey carry that ball?
No, it was
Martin straight ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
So to make it currently 12-0, 7:23 left here for the Panthers. As again, we also thank First National Bank of Central Texas and fine folks over there for being dual sponsors along with EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange, and hopefully we'll play us something about those guys here after the kick. It is up by Angel Ortiz. It is good. 13-0, 7:23 here in the game.
Begin saving money for your business, school, or governmental entity. Join the thousands of businesses, schools, and state and local governments who have utilized EMEX's extensive market experience to purchase power. EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange.
Hi, I'm Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we are thrilled to back the Mart football team this year. Just like the Panthers, we strive to be the best we can be every day, and we're proud of our roots. We have been a part of the Mart community since 1901. We're a locally owned bank that believes in getting to know and taking care of our customers. We invite you to come by and see us in Mart or any of our 5 convenient locations. That's the First National Bank of Central Texas, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Go Panthers!
Hey, this is Patsy Williams, and I'm Remo's mother, and you're listening to the Mart Panthers.
Thanks, Mom, for that. I appreciate that.
You had to shoehorn that in early on.
Yeah.
Man.
Getting the whole family start working for me pretty soon here. As again, score 12-0 is trying to get everything set up here. I hope we're still on. Is 13-0 the score here. Mart up on the Bosqueville Bulldogs second half, 7:23. And again, we'll talk about our sponsors here as we go, but we're trying to catch up right now on everything that's been going on here because we've had a wild night on our first night. It's our first night here for us too. We've been doing this for 10 years, but did not expect the kind of problems we're having with the internet. So we are trying to get everything fixed up here, guys, and we'll get all the sponsors in here, especially in the second half and at halftime. At halftime, I plan on replaying the coaches show, as you probably didn't catch that either, since again we've been having internet problems from the get-go here. Get that figured out for next week as we go to play the Hofland Hornets.
Oh
in
yeah,
Hofland.
First trip to Hofland.
It's going to be a long trip. I wonder how much airfare is. There's the kickoff by Angel Ortiz, taking it at the 15-yard line, coming up to the near side, trying to get the corner and can't get away from thrown out of bounds. Can't get away from number 21, Jacob Wybera, throws him out of bounds. And
well, I know one thing. If we go to Hofland, if we stop and eat, we're going Dutch.
Oh, God.
That's a good one.
Gracious, I got to come up with one.
God, I even made Dave blush on that. That's nice.
Marcel Estelle on the carry.
Gracious.
I hope they have better internet than we're having here tonight. I don't know if it's the cloud cover or what is going on there, but we've just never really had this kind of problem before. I mean, every year, last year, and someone's telling me it's kind of because of YouTube. Because we're doing it different. We're on the YouTube stream, and it takes a little bit more bandwidth. I'm not sure, but we're going to figure that all out before next week as they'll send Estelle in motion. They'll fake it to him. Quick toss out. Dropped by the receiver. Good coverage that time by Wybera and Saul Seda.
Yeah, the coverage is really tightened up here for Mart defensively. Made some adjustments.
I don't know why Henry's not here tonight, but he's usually here doing, he does the PA over there. He's the other voice. He says this company is pronounced EMEX. Is that EMEX? Like
EMEX.
Like
What were you saying?
EMEX. I was spelling out the letters. I got to get used to all that stuff. Second down here. Quick toss. Tipped at the line and almost caught by the receiver, but then almost caught by our corner, or Kyler Martin, but nobody actually catches it. Falls to the ground. Third down.
Flashbacks. I saw 52 get the tip right there, and automatically you're thinking back to last year. You're like, no, that's Preston Lane.
New guy.
Not Cooper Base.
And guess where Preston came from? I know you know, but tell me anyway.
The big town of Frost, correct?
Yeah, Frost, Texas. He was a polar bear. He's from Mart. He went there for a couple of years. Now he's back here in Mart to play for the Mart Panthers. I don't know if that's because they won a state championship and he decided he wants that, but I'm not real sure. But
you knew they're in the same district. He didn't want no part of that.
All-district player at Frost last year. There's a snap. Webb. Quick toss over. Oh, off the fingertips that time, and that should have been caught as Zaston Madkins just let that one slip out. It'll be fourth down for the Bulldogs. Kind of seeing a little bit what we saw last year, Itzy, with Bosqueville. They played Mart very tough early on in that game, and then it just got away from them there in the end. And you cannot do that against a Mart Panther team, or they're going to make you pay, and that's kind of been what's happening. I know that we weren't on the air, but in the first couple of series, man, they just drove the ball in the air right down the field on the Panthers.
Yeah.
Panthers were able to kind of hold them when they got close.
Look out.
There's a bad snap, and he's still going to get it away. He runs way back to the 10-yard line, gets it away. A good job that time just to even get the kickoff. It'll bounce at Mart's 47 and stop dead at the 49-yard line, so they'll start in Bosqueville territory.
Yeah, you're right. Like, it was kind of like last year. The game was 7-7, 4 minutes left in the first quarter last year, and then things got out of hand really quick. And same thing tonight. Bosqueville's moving the ball, have no points to show for it, but now they're at 6:45 here in the second quarter. They're at that time of the game where if they don't get a stop defensively, they're going to be in a real hole.
Rabbit hole. Let me get well, we've got a minute here as there's a little bit of a brief break. I think there's a timeout on the field here. Not sure if it's an injury or they're just changing possession here as the 25-second clock is not running. But we want to thank again the Energy Market Exchange, First National Bank Central Texas for being our co-title sponsors this year. Also want to thank Reed's Food Store. New York Life is probably going to be joining us. We thought I'd go ahead and mention them. The Panther Club. There's the handoff. Freeman, far side. And he gets, he thought he was going to get tackled at the 45, but keeps his feet and then makes another 10 yards down the field to the 34-yard line. And Freeman's a tough load to bring down.
Yeah, he really is. You've already got to worry about Bailey and Horn back there. Now you add Freeman in the mix this year. Just a load at 6 foot, 212 pounds. Good luck.
First down 10 for Mart at the 35-yard line. Bailey in motion from the far side of the near side. Mart going left to right. Keeper by Kyler. He's got a first down at the 25, around the corner, 20, 15, 10, 5, and out races the defender and gets into the end zone for another Mart touchdown.
Wow, what an athletic run by Kyler Murray.
That's a patented. That looked like a Jace Terry type of run there, didn't it?
Sure did. Did I see Kyler Murray? Is that a?
You did say Kyler Murray.
Who's that?
Huh? Kyler Martin.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Coach's son there, defensive coordinator Shane Martin's son there, and that gives 19-0 now the score. 6:13 here in the first quarter, and this one could be one of those kind that gets away from a little bit here again, as Itzy mentioned earlier. It was only 14-0 you said, or tied actually.
Tied 7-7 late last year.
It's a bad snap, I believe. I don't think that was planned, as the Kyler Martin has to pick up the ball and just take off, but he swarmed down, so the extra point will not count. It'll stay 19-0. We'll take a break and be right back.
With hundreds of energy suppliers in Texas, how do you know your business is paying the best price for electricity or natural gas? EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange, takes the guesswork out of your energy contract. Join the thousands of businesses, schools, and state and local governments who have utilized EMEX's extensive market experience and proprietary technology to purchase power. EMEX will get the most reputable energy suppliers in the nation to compete in real time for your business in an online reverse auction that will drive down your energy rates right before your eyes. So in the end, you know you received the best deal. Call the EMEX office in Waco, Texas at 254-751-0364 to speak to an energy market expert and begin saving money for your business, school, or governmental entity. EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange. EMEX LLC services not available to residential customers or regulated areas. Reverse auction available to clients with over 500,000 kWh annual usage. Savings claim based on the average rate offered by energy suppliers in Texas versus average EMEX reverse auction results.
Welcome back to the First National Bank of Central Texas presentation of Mart Panther Football, also brought to you by EMEX. We are in the second quarter here. Panthers up 19-0, 6:13 left here in the second quarter, and again coming up at halftime. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and on the backside of the first break of halftime, we'll replay tonight's coaches show. As I sat down with Kevin Hoffman, it was a really good one. He talked a lot about his opponent across the way there, and Coach Zander, and how they are really good friends, and the respect of Bosqueville and Clint Zander especially. As there's a kickoff, nice return all the way up to the 37-8-yard line for the Bosqueville Bulldogs. That's where they'll start 1st and 10 here. And we talk a little bit about last year, some of the guys that they're having to replace this year, some of those great seniors. And one thing I talked to him, one of my first questions was, how proud is he as a coach to have kids that pretty much of all the seniors last year are playing at that next level and getting an education as well.
Yeah, pretty incredible for a school the size of Mart. I think they had 5 kids go play college ball this year out of that class. I mean, that's just, I mean, you have 5A, 4A schools that would love to have that number soon to go play. I mean, that's midway type numbers, you know, assuming that many kids to play college ball.
Yeah, you got Terry, I want to make sure I get it right, Terry Madkins.
Curvin.
Who?
Curvin.
You cut Curvin with the UMHB.
Yeah.
We
and the other Curvin with Houston.
Yep, the other Curvin.
And then we have Cooper Bays, Payne.
Yep.
And we're missing one.
1st and 10, Webb back to pass. He's looking for a man. He's got good coverage, and ball knocked away as that time. Really kind of a poor decision to throw that one, because Horn was all over the receiver that time. It falls to the ground, 2nd down.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good, looked like it was a catchable ball, but I think like Martin may have snuck his hand in there and kind of knocked it away there at the last minute.
5:58 here, 19-0, Mart up on Bosqueville. It's a little warm here tonight here.
Little?
Warm.
Yeah. Dave Emily with me. A face I forgot to tell you, doing the stats over there.
Got his trusty pencil.
Yeah, he's went. I think it's the 3rd one that he's gone through. Well, no, actually, because he's hadn't been a lot of scoring here now. Oh, sacked in the backfield, Freeman. Nope, that's Green, Elijah Green.
Sack number 1 of the year for Green, correct?
That is his first sack, as Freeman had one earlier in the game, all the way back to the 32-yard line. Loss of 7 yards makes it 3rd down and 17 for the Bosqueville Bulldogs. Chat room is open there if you want to get in there and type some things. I know that, again, we missed a lot, but if you're out there listening, please reshare all of this on all the social media so people will know that we'll be here in the second half. It looks like I'm hoping we've stayed in the yellow so far. It's not showing the buffering, which is good. So hopefully we'll stay good the rest of the way, as there's a pass by Webb on a 3rd down. It's not 4th down, and he just overshoots everybody, and he goes out of bounds. Now it will be 4th down, is he? So hopefully the problems are going to go away. We can get a regular show in here. And you know, I feel bad when it happens, of course, especially with your sponsors. You know, you promise them. We go, you know, last year 16 total games, and I don't think we had one problem with the stream issue. So I'm going to check and see if maybe it's a YouTube thing or what. I don't know. We've tried so many things, but all of a sudden we've got all of our bars, and could have been the storm thing that was going on when we got here. Lots of rain around us. No lightning. 4th down. Kyler Martin stands his own 38, almost blocked. We've seen a lot of that last year too with Elijah Green, as the ball's going to bounce out of bounds at around the 25-yard line. That's 1st down for the Mart.
Been a lot of activity around the punter too, a couple times tonight. Mart's been lucky to escape flag free.
Dave, how was that, watching us get prepared and get on air, actually getting on air? That was fun, wasn't it?
I tell you what, my wife will tell you that I was on cloud 9 all this whole week. I could hardly wait for Friday.
Yeah, did you ever have that experience, because you were in the business for a long time, of things just not working right, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
And just having to try to figure it out. Of course, you probably had some people at least there that knew a little bit about this kind of stuff. I don't know anything other than this, you know.
Frank Fallon was very good about filling dead air.
Oh yeah, Frank was. Yeah, he could pretty much talk about anything. He could make a pizza sound, or you know, like a frozen pizza.
I heard him on the radio one night on KRLD broadcasting a tennis match. Now think about that, tennis on radio.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
All right, Dave, we'll let you get back to it. I know he didn't feel all that great. I don't want to make him talk there. Oh, you okay now? All right.
Okay now.
I'll turn you down a little bit, but don't say any bad words, Dave. There's a handoff, gets out of one tackle, and then pushes forward is Horn up over the 30 to the 32-yard line. It'll be second down and about 4 for the Panthers. But we got air conditioning, but I don't know if I'd call it cold.
No, absolutely not.
You said a joke, Wuggle, and I missed it again, didn't you?
That's okay.
Because you laughed, and I know you said something, but I didn't catch it.
There'll be more to come.
Yeah, I'm sure. Second down for the Bulldogs. Back to pass, Kyler Martin coming near side. He's trying to get the Salceda underthrown and intercept. Oh, no, but Salceda turns into defender and pulls the ball out of Ryder Rourke's hand, or it's an interception.
Yeah, I think Rourke did have an interception. Salceda on the way as he was falling down kind of stripped it from him, made it incomplete. Good defensive play by Salceda from his receiver spot.
Of course, this year after Hofland, we talked about going to Hofland next week. That'll be on the road. We'll come back for Franklin here, and then we'll go to Riesel right up the road, and then the big game, rematch of the state championship against Refugio here, 5th game of the season, week 4 district.
And there's already the worry, even after as crowded as it is tonight, is where in the heck is everybody going to sit when Refugio's here?
We've got 4 in the booth up here now, and this is just a regular game, and you can imagine what it's going to be like for that game. But there's a handoff, a no gain that time as good defense stops Horn after only maybe pushes forward for a yard. It'll be 4th and a long 3 it's here for Mart Panthers. 3:57, 19-0 your score. 3:54 in the second quarter till halftime. Mart up on their own 32-yard line. They'll send man in motion and almost sacked. Gets it away at the last minute. Same play almost, trying to get to Salceda, but in pressure was Kyler Martin as number 22, Jacob Bravo, was all in his face when he tried to throw that ball.
Looks like not everybody on the line or just everywhere. Nobody was on the same page, it looked like.
4th down. So it's like they'll have to punt it here with 3:39. And, you know, one thing about last year that Mart did really, really well is there could be 3 minutes left for end of a half or something. They always seem to get the ball back and score right before halftime. We'll see if that trend keeps up. So it'll be 4th down. They've got 1st down and 10 here, as I thought that was the 3rd down play.
Well, I didn't see a flag, but apparently I guess they called it offsides on Bosqueville.
No, Bosqueville's got the ball now. That's what I'm saying.
What is going
that
on?
was a 4th down play. It said 3 on the stick, but apparently it was 4th down. They went for it, didn't get it.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Am I saying that right? It looks like everybody's confused down there, though. It's either.
Often everybody's confused. I mean, you know, were the Panthers reading the stick? I mean, that's not Mart like to be going forward on 4th down in that part of the field, you know?
Yeah, because obviously it says 1st down now, and it's moved to the other side of the sticks.
And the scoreboard both said 3rd down. So I'm not sure what's going on here.
I do have a question. You know, we've already talked about Hofland. I don't know which one of the 3 of us is going to have to put the finger in the dike.
God, I think you lost me on that one, Dave.
Say that?
That's like that commercial, you know, Jack's Bowls. Yeah. You gotta be careful there. Jack's new bowls.
How about that?
Oh, Dave.
Dave a headset.
I'm in mid-season 4.
You are.
I think that's into season 4 right there. It could give us an end of the season real quick. 19-0, 3:39 here. 1st and 10 for Bosqueville now, getting great field position now on Mart's 32-yard line, going right to left here in their white tops and black bottoms, blue numbers, handoff straight ahead. Number 33 will get 2 or 3 yards on the carry, as that is Marcel Estelle that ran the ball that time. And this is the longest we've been on all night. Wow. Don't jinx it, folks. Well, you know, I am glad that it's not like 64-0, because people would have missed all of that, you know, because we weren't on early on.
Well,
so luckily it's still a game.
Yeah, we have plenty of those to come.
Yep, next week. 2nd down after the 3-yard gain by Estelle. Estelle again right up the middle. Good yardage at the 15, and he's going to go in for a Bosqueville touchdown, folks. And what a great run on 29-yard touchdown run by Estelle. And boy, you can see the speed he has.
Yeah, once he gets in the open field like that, there's nobody going to catch him.
So with 2:55, well, Mart will get the ball back then, right before half. 2:55 here, 19-6, and a couple of questions we're going to have to ask for next week is, what was the deal on, was it a third down or a fourth down call, or were you just going for it because you thought you could get it, or what was going on with that?
Yeah, there definitely was confusion everywhere out there. You could tell something was up, but can't do anything about it now.
So Bosqueville puts themselves right back into the game here.
They're going to go for two.
There's a gopher. Get it? It's dinner. Yeah, to be honest, it's going to take me a little while. I'm not really kind of in the jokey mood after what I had to go through here earlier. It's funny because once you started to change your computer, then all of a sudden it started working. It's just, and the bars went to 4. Webb's going to keep it, roll out to the right side, looking for a man in the end zone. Good coverage, and forces him to throw it a little bit further deep in the end zone than he wanted to, out of the fingertips of Matkins. So our score stays 19-6 with 2:55. We'll take a break and come back with more of the EMEX presentation of Mart Panther Football.
Hi, I'm Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we are thrilled to back the Mart football team this year. Just like the Panthers, we strive to be the best we can be every day, and we're proud of our roots. We have been a part of the Mart community since 1901. We're a locally owned bank that believes in getting to know and taking care of our customers. We invite you to come by and see us in Mart or any of our 5 convenient locations. That's the First National Bank of Central Texas, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Go Panthers!
EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange, takes the guesswork out of your energy contract. EMEX will get the most reputable energy suppliers in the nation to compete in real time for your business. Call the EMEX office in Waco, Texas at 254-751-0364 to speak to an energy market expert and begin saving money for your business, school, or governmental and energy market exchange. EMEX is not available to residents or regulated areas.
Back with you here. We had to put Dave in the outside. He's being bad over there. We're back here with the EMEX presentation of Mart Panther Football, brought to you by First National Bank. Nah, we're just giving you a hard time there, Dave. I'm glad you're like that.
That's the way to treat a man who's ill.
There's a kickoff, fumbled by Bailey at the 10-yard line, rolls all the way back to the end zone. He goes back there and it puts the knee down, so that'll be a touchback.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing that can happen right there. It's a touchback. I don't know why it could have gotten ugly.
So 2:54. Turn the old crowd mic up a little bit, catch some of that in the background. That always sounds good on the replays. And once the game is over, what did get taped will be live on the YouTube channel. This will be the YouTube channel as of right now for each and every Mart Panther game. If I have to change the streaming entity, I will, of course, let everybody know. We'll send out those links to all the folks that need to know that, yourselves as well. I'm going to play with it. I like this format, but we'll see what happens here in the next couple of weeks. I may have to check into a few more things for next week, but we'll get it all figured out here over the next week. Again, the first game of the 2018 season. It's the first time for everybody. First down play, handoff, Horn, pulled down after a gain of maybe a yard. After the 20, well, they'll give him 3 on that after it looked like he got a yard, so stick it down from the 28-yard line. 2:37 here before half. Wonder if it's any cooler outside if we open these windows. What does it say outside? I don't know what it is, but it's 85 out there. Here's a handoff. Bailey coming near side, down the sideline, 50, 40, and he's trying to outrun the quarterback at the 20, 15, 10, touchdown. Ooh, Bailey.
73 yards, Reno. What a run, right up the sideline.
Well, now they can score again before half. 2:07 on the clock, and we have a yardage on that one, boys. It's
73.
73-yard run by Tydrick Bailey. Makes it 25-6.
Touchdown number 1 of the year for Tydrick.
6 carries for 134 yards.
Yeah, that'll do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I know that one thing last year that was really odd is Horn had over 2,000 yards. We'll keep it here after the extra point. Taking a while. It's down, it's up, and it is good. 26-6, your new score here from Mart, Texas. Mart up on the Bosqueville Bulldogs. But, last year Horn had over 2,000 yards in rushing. And Bailey only had like 986, I believe it was, somewhere around there. And it was odd because I could have swore if you'd asked me who had more yardage, I would have said Bailey.
Sure.
But Bailey missed, I believe, about 3 games there.
At the end of the year.
And, of course, then they took it easy on him when he came back for a game or so, and that's kind of probably what made the difference. Had 990 did Bailey, and then 484 passing yards. Tyreek Horn had 2,090. Wow. Again, we thank you for joining us here as we're having a few buffering problems here back on. If you just leave the stream on, it should always come back on and when it buffers, as it's doing now. 2:07 here in the second quarter. I also want to thank Reed's Food Store for their support of Mart Panther Football, as they are every year for anything that involves Mart and this community. And they also serve in the Axtell area and Riesel area.
Yeah.
Ortiz set to kick off for the Panthers. Matkins back deep to receive for the Bulldogs.
Ortiz set it up. Mart going left to right here. They are in their top purples and white bottoms. Yeah, it's doing that flickering thing again here. Crazy. That's all right. And there's the kickoff by Ortiz. Taken by Mr. Estelle, and he off his knee, and then he's going to just have to fall on it as it bounces forward, and he was lucky to get back on top of that, but it gets it all the way up to the 29-yard line.
Boy, no kidding. The way that bounced, it was bouncing right toward the Mart special teams coming down the field, and he's lucky to get on it.
2:02. Remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll replay the coach's show here, as you didn't get to hear it early on because of some internet issues, but sat down and talked to him. It's about 12 minutes long or so. Nice talk with Coach Kevin Hoffman. All the news stations are here. Don't know if they're still here, but they were. So you probably want to check them all out tonight. They'll have Martin Bosqueville on there, as there's a tackle by Freeman for about a yard loss that time, as he just broke through there and grabbed the runner by the legs and pulled him down. 2nd and 11. .141 and counting, and I believe Mart has 2 timeouts left here. And of course,
it looks like they're in no hurry. You figure they'd want to try to tack one on here before the end of the half.
Like a little movement early there, but they didn't call it. There's Marcel, good run up the middle to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of about 6-7 on the carry, but it'll make it a 3rd down and about 5 to go here. Of course, we'll give you the numbers we've got for the first half stats. We'll give you some of the scores around the area, see if we're seeing any surprises. See if University, I'd like interested in that one. See if they can get their first win of the year. Or in 2 years, was it? The 2nd or 3rd year that they have not had a win. Try to get that win tonight or this year. As pushing ahead is
use a timeout here and get the ball back. See what they do.
Jacob Bravo for only a couple of yards, going to make it 4th down. Yeah, they're going to be forced to punt here.
And they did. Mart's going to use a timeout. Why not try to tack one on here before the half and you get the ball after halftime? You want it the Waco High is on top of University, 22-15. Is that what you want to know?
Wow, that is pretty close.
Yeah, that's good.
Got anything on Conley?
It's a pillow fight. Conley is I don't think they bother putting Conley on here anymore, Remo. No, it's 14-14. No, the big one, Lorena beating China Spring 21-7.
Really?
Of course, you don't know. I know China Spring.
So it's 4th down, timeout. As Mark called the timeout here. Get the ball back with 45 seconds left here.
Yeah, and the way they've, as close as they've been to getting to the punter. We'll look out right here.
sure that's what Bosqueville and Coach Xander are talking about. They might not want to make that little sports anchor mash, huh? He's liable to get him. Take her spot away like that.
Yeah, I think she's all right.
Yeah, she'll be all right.
Well, they're gonna go for it. They're gonna quick kick it here.
Well, they are lined up to go for it here. Webb has 2 running backs on either side of him, Bravo and Marcel Estelle. 4th down and 2. We'll see what they do here.
Try to draw them off sides.
Yeah, they're doing the old draw off. Yeah,
call timeout here, or Webb could take a couple steps backwards and just kind of pooch it down. Yeah, that's what they're going to try to do. They're trying to get cheap first down.
Yeah, didn't work.
No.
So now they will call a timeout. Have 1 left, does the Bosqueville Bulldogs, and they will punt it away. And we'll keep it here since there is only 45 seconds. But 45 seconds is a lifetime for the Mart Panthers.
Got that right. Look at that. We got some other scores. Grossbeck 46-0 over Rice at the half.
Oh.
McGregor 19-0 over Marlin. A good Midlothian Heritage team leading Gatesville 7-0. That's a good game right there. Hillsboro, whoa.
Uh-oh, what?
Hillsboro 38, West 0.
Wow.
That can't be right.
Well, I don't know. They didn't look very good in their scrimmage.
Yeah, West had a lot of people coming back, correct?
They did.
From a team that went 3 or 4 deep in the playoffs last year.
Beat Rockdale, eventual state champion.
And almost beat Rockdale in the playoffs.
Playoffs, yep. Very close game.
Yeah.
Of course, speaking of McGregor, that's who the Bosqueville Bulldogs will play next week. They are set to punt. There is the snap. There is the kick by Will McLennan. And it's a good one, taken at the 22 by Martin. He comes all the way from the far side, trying to get to this side of the field. Can't do it. It's tripped up about the middle of the field at the 23-yard line, 24-yard line. We'll mark it. 1st and 10 for Mart with 35 seconds of lifetime again. Buddy, it's 2 scores for Mart in 35 seconds. Easy.
Oh, yeah.
I say the old jet sweep to Bailey.
Still got a timeout on the board.
Dave, how many yards do you got? How many yards that Horn has? I haven't seen a big run from him tonight, but he's carried a lot.
8 carries for 21 yards.
8 carries for 21 yards. Boy, they bottled him up tonight. Of course, Bosqueville out of 8-2A Division I. Does that sound familiar?
Does sound familiar.
That's our district that Mart had last year, and they are expected. Everybody's kind of picking them to win the district. Other teams in there, you'll know all these guys. Riesel, Italy, Axtell, Moody, Itasca, and Bruceville Eddy in that district 8-2A Division I. And
that's a competitive district.
It is. It will be now.
Yeah, now it is. Yeah.
1st and 10. Tyler hands off Bailey, coming near side up the near hash, and he breaks 3-4 tackles all the way, and there he goes down the sideline. Ooh-la, Bailey, 6 points. Mart Panthers. Looked like it was a face mask on one of the attempted tackles, but they could not bring back Bailey, and he never slowed down the whole time. I told you.
76 yards.
Well, we can add to that total, huh, Davey?
Yeah.
Wow. He's just a human highlight reel. And now this year he's a senior. He's going to be that big leader for them this year. And man, he's starting the season out unbelievable here tonight against the Bosqueville Bulldogs.
Yeah, it looked like they had him bottled up there at the line of scrimmage. Just accelerated went through a face mask. You're right.
There's a kick. It is good. We will take a break because we saw how long 45 seconds was taken to get down, so we'll take a break and be back with more EMEX presentation of Mart Panther Football 2018.
With hundreds of energy suppliers in Texas, how do you know your business is paying the best price for electricity or natural gas? EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange, takes the guesswork out of your energy contract. Join the thousands of businesses, schools, and state and local governments who have utilized EMEX's extensive market experience and proprietary technology to purchase power. EMEX will get the most reputable energy suppliers in the nation to compete in real time for your business in an online reverse auction that will drive down your energy rates right before your eyes. So in the end, you know you received the best deal. Call the EMEX office in Waco, Texas Texas at 254-751-0364 to speak to an energy market expert and begin saving money for your business, school, or governmental entity. EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange. EMEX LLC services not available to residential customers or regulated areas. Reverse auction available to clients with over 500,000 kWh annual usage. Savings claim based on the average rate offered by energy suppliers in Texas versus average EMEX reverse auction results.
Remo Williams alongside Itzy Cartwright and Diamond Dave to the right of me here, keeping stats for us here tonight as kickoff after that long Bailey run is taken at the 15-yard line by, looks like Bravo this time. He goes far side, brings it back over the 30, just about the 35-yard line. Will be first and 10 for the Bulldogs.
35-yard line, first and 10 Bulldogs.
17 seconds now till halftime, but seems like we've been sitting here for a while. It's at this
a
pace.
long first half.
Yeah,
too.
it really has. I mean, half of it we really didn't get it, but time we got up. But it's sitting here almost 9 o'clock here. It started a little bit late. It didn't start at 7:30. It was more about 7:35 when this thing got going. Nice crowd here. Both sides filled the stands here. Probably not a lot more going on here except for Westfest tonight for people to go out and do. It is August 34th, the last day, as there's a penalty flag thrown before the snap. You heading out to the Westfest?
Yeah, I usually go on Sunday.
Hadn't been in probably 10 years.
Same as it's always been.
Well, I figured it was a lot of beer as it was on the Bosqueville Bulldogs. I'll move them back 5 yards.
Yeah, sophomore.
A lot of big cups. Yeah.
Super hot.
Yeah. Especially this year. Whew, it is going to be miserable. I think Dave said he was going to go.
Yeah, I think so.
He said he's big into that.
Okay.
The drinks will be on me Sunday afternoon. Oh, my wife's not listening.
You probably have one of those hats that have the beer things on the side with the
it.
straw coming down, right? Webb back to pass, and he's going to throw it right to a Mart Panther at the 50-yard line, and then heading towards the end zone is Logan Waymeyer. He's brought down at the 15-yard line with 7 seconds left, Itzy.
Wow.
In a matter of seconds, this thing has totally changed.
It's like another, somebody didn't run the route correctly because Webb was thrown to a spot, and Logan Waymeyer was there waiting on it.
Big interception for Waymeyer, and Logan's one of those kids that he's going to be asked to do a lot more this year with the, of course, with Jalen gone, and especially with Jace Terry. Those two were your safeties last year, and he played it right that time, and he'd feel embarrassed if he would have dropped that one because it was right in his hands.
Between the 1 and the 2, and some people need to remember when you're talking about a Mart team, of course, all the way to state title last year. That's all these kids. You've had 6 extra weeks of practice, 6 extra games compared to most other teams, and that's going to pay dividends here for players like Waymeyer and
Wybera. Yeah,
Wybera.
A lot more time. Back to pass. It's Kyler Martin to the end zone. 2 men are covering the receiver that he was trying to get it to, which is Freeman, and it would have took a lot for Freeman to get that one.
Yeah, why not? Let's just send Ortiz out. See, there we go.
There he goes. Yeah, 2 seconds left here. They're going to try to get 3 points, and
this be a 22-yarder.
What about this? A fake field goal.
Oh.
It was a very famous one there.
Sure was.
Back in December as Uli Bailey took it in from the toss from Jace Terry. But I think this time would be safe to say that they're going to attempt the 29-yard field goal, and it hits the goalpost on the left side and falls short. So no extra 3 points there. The score, 33-6. The Mart Panthers up over the Bosqueville Bulldogs, and we'll take a break. We'll take an extended break. And again, on the backside of this commercial break, to hear from our sponsors, you will hear the coaches show from the pregame that had some issues. So we'll replay that here now at halftime. Again, your score 33-6. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we are thrilled to back the Mart football team this year. Just like the Panthers, we strive to be the best we can be every day, and we're proud of our roots. We have been a part of the Mart community since 1901. We're a locally owned bank that believes in getting to know and taking care of our customers. We invite you to come by and see us in Mart or any of our 5 convenient locations. That's the First National Bank of Central Texas, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Go Panthers!
Reed's Food Store, for over 90 years, has strived to save their customers time, energy, and money. Reed's stakes its reputation on fresh, hand-trimmed, and cut beef, pork, and poultry. Whether it's for a neighborhood barbecue, church potluck, or your own family's table, their market can provide just the right cut of quality meats. They feature an old-fashioned butcher shop, just like the one your mother went to. Open 7 days a week, Reed's Food Store on Texas Avenue, downtown Mart. The team at Reed's Food Store thanks everyone for placing your trust in them.
EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange, takes the guesswork out of your energy contract. EMEX will get the most reputable energy suppliers in the nation to compete in real time for your business. Call the EMEX office in Waco, Texas at 254-751-0364 to speak to an energy market expert and begin saving money for your business, school, or governmental entity. EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange. EMEX LLC services not available to residential customers or regulated areas.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. In a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
Hey, did you play Texas high school football? If you did, you're part of an elite group, the Brotherhood of Texas High School Football. All football players, past and present, who have ever suited up in the Lone Star State are eligible. Go to LoneStarGridiron.com/brotherhood. And thank you for the part you played in the greatest sport in the greatest state.
You're listening to the LSG Sports Network, the authority on Texas high school football.
And now it's time for the Kevin Hoffman Coaches Show, brought to you by the Panther Club. All right, we are sitting down here talking to the head coach of the Mart Panthers, Coach Kevin Hoffman. Coach, first, let's talk about the summer. I know that with everything that went on last season, the championship, you kind of got to get everybody off of cloud nine, come down to reality, and get ready for the next year. Because if there's one thing the Mart Panthers have not done in their history is win back-to-back. Have y'all talked about that at all? Something different you can do?
That was definitely the thing that was first and foremost with this team in the spring, going into the off season and into the summer. That these kids want to make history and do something that's never been done here, and that is go back to back. We had a good off season, and this summer we had a good majority of our kids that were here all summer and worked out and ran and came into two-a-days, ready to go, and so we're ready to start this thing off. New team, new year. Same expectations, same goals. We got to go 1-0 this week, and we got to take care of our business, today.
Let's talk about some of the kids that don't get a lot of talk about that are gone. Does it not make you proud as a head coach and to see some of the kids, like Zamar going to Houston, Jalen, Jason, them going to UMHB, and of course Cooper over at Howard Payne? Doesn't it make you proud to see these guys continuing their education, not only their football?
Well, this group, that was a fantastic group of seniors that we had. All 7 of them had an opportunity to not only further their education, but further their playing career, and some of them have taken steps and the opportunities of doing that. And as a coaching staff, it's one of those things that we're prideful about, and it's really good to have a bunch of seniors that leave and go on and do some things like that. So hopefully, we wish them the best. And I've talked to all of them, over the past few weeks, and so I know how things are going and where they're at and what's going on. So I'm going to keep in touch with all of them, and they know that my door is always open. They have my cell number, and they can call me and contact me and have any questions. And we're super proud of them, and glad that they're getting a chance to do that.
All right, and of course with those guys, you lost a lot of great seniors, but you have a lot of talent returning. Let's talk a little bit about the leadership of this senior class and the ones that maybe are going to step up and be this year's leaders for you that you think so far.
Well, that's one thing that we've searched for in the off season and in the summer and in 2 days is to get some of those older guys now to step up and be the leaders. All those guys that were on the team last year, they in one way or another, they were the leaders and they were the rock and that group and led them and the guys we got now followed their lead and it's time for some of them to step up and a few of them have stepped up and we're looking for a few more to step up. So it is that kind of deal and for us to be successful and get to where we want to get, we got to have leaders.
How important, speaking of leaders, is it for this year's starter quarterback, Kyler Martin, who is projected right now to get some starting at the quarterback position for you guys, to be behind a kid like Jace Terry, who just through the season, he didn't stand out. He just was a silent leader and did what you needed him to do. It's very important, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. From that quarterback position, Jace was a tremendous leader. Didn't say a lot on the sidelines or didn't say it a lot necessarily when there were people around. He led by his actions and his play, but also between the lines on the football field, not a lot of people see or hear him. He got off into some people now. He would do that on the field when he felt like he needed to. But the thing with Jace and the thing with Kyler that, and we've met and discussed, how I feel a quarterback needs to handle himself. And the one thing that, that I've always told all my quarterbacks, and, fortunately, I was a quarterback, back in high school, and I always tell them that, you're going to get the blame when things go wrong. You're going to get all the accolades when things go well. You throw a touchdown pass, you can't be so sky high that if you turn around and throw an interception that now you're all the way down at the bottom and you're down in the dumps and got your head down. You can't play that way at quarterback. You got to be even keel. You got to take the good with the bad, and you just got to roll with the punches. And it's okay to high five and do all those things, but when things go bad and throughout the course of a season, you're going to have bad things happen to you. You're going to throw interceptions and you're going to miss some reads, and so you can't hang your head and let yourself get down and let it affect the next play or the next two plays and everything else. So he's got to be even keel, and he's done a pretty good job of that in our two scrimmages.
Everybody knows, of course, some of the names that are going to come back into this season with Bailey, Green, Freeman, Salceda, Horn, Martin, just to name a few. But give us some new names that this year that we're going to know real quick.
Well, Preston Lane, come back to us. Well, he was here as a freshman and he left for a couple of years and went to Frost, and he's back. He moved back last year, and so he's playing linebacker and offensive line for us, which really helps our depth. And then Tony Sanchez, who was the backup middle linebacker last year, to Cooper Bays and played in our offensive line. He's kind of taken over at the middle linebacker spot and done really, really well for us in these first few weeks. And he's been a surprise, been a good surprise. Demetrius Green didn't get a lot of playing time last year. Was a backup, and so he stepped in, and he's going to get a lot of more playing time, and as will a lot of those kids that were backups last year. So we've got several. They're stepping into some starting roles, and like I said, those few kids have really been good the first few weeks.
All right, Coach, let's briefly talk about this week's opponent. Game 1 of the 2018 season, and it's a familiar foe and really a team with a head coach in Clint Sander that you guys are very fond of, a lot of respect. between both you guys, and he showed a lot of support for you guys last year. But let's talk a little bit about this Bosqueville Wolf team you're facing.
You know, Coach Zander is a really good friend of mine. His teams, you know, they're always going to play hard, and they got some talented kids over there. But you know, Coach Zander and the coaching staff, you know, we all know each other. We do some things together. You know, Coach Zander last year, you know, after they got knocked out of the playoffs, you know, he came to every one of our games. He came to several practices, and you know, just to have an extra set of eyes, you know, if he saw something or had a suggestion or something like that, you know. I'm not too proud, and our coaches are not too proud to take advice from anyone, you know, that we feel like, you know, is there to help. And you know, Coach Nail, you know, through our run last year, constantly called Coach Nail and, you know, asked him about this or that, and, you know, he's always been great to me. But the kids over at Bosqueville, you know, they got, you know, the Webb kid playing quarterback that threw for 3,500 yards as a freshman. You know, he can spin it and make all the throws all over the field. You know, we're going to have to put some pressure on him and to force him out of the pocket and not let him just sit there and just throw the ball. You know, we need to get him on the run and get him moving. And you know, Marcel, the speedster, you know, won state track meet, and so, you know, he's got that kind of speed. He's faster than anybody we got. You know, they've got you know, a couple of other receivers, you know, that are pretty good, and then you know, their running back is just a hard-nosed kid. So you know, as far as their offense goes, you know, we got to do what we do, which is stop the run, force them into you know, one dimension, throw the football, and then we can pin our ears back and try to get pressure on Webb. And you know, defensively, they've switched defenses. They've been a 4-3 defense, and then they've switched and gone to a 3-4. So that's something new for them. Not that, you know, we've seen plenty of 3-4 defenses, but you know, for them it's new. Where, you know, it changes up our attack a little bit on offense and what we want to do in our running game. But you know, for us to be effective against their defense, we got to establish the run, number one, and you know, then play action off of that, and hopefully hit them with a few deep balls.
Well, everybody knows what you guys are going to try to do on offense. You do the same thing every year. You got talented guys. You're just going to get the ball, you know, in the playmakers' hands. But let's go back to the defense. It was a big story last year, and the final question for you is if you continue the domination on that side with the Green and Freeman combination with the safeties and corners doing the job that they did last year, it looks to be another solid defense for you guys.
We're pretty happy with where we're at with our defense right now. You know, our whole front four is back with Freeman and Green at the ends, and you know, Adolfo and Will at the defensive tackles, and they put a lot of pressure on offensive lines. They're quick, they're fast, they're strong. And, you know, they got everything that you'd want in a front four. You know, our question mark was our linebackers, which Anthony Salcedo is back. He played a lot of linebacker last year for us, and so he's back, and he's the one. You know, we don't have a lot of experience with the other linebackers. Our secondary, you know, we've moved Kyler from corner to safety. Tyreek, who's played a little corner, you know, is going to have to play more on defense for us, and he'll play corner. And then you know, the Jacob Wabera kid that you know, didn't play a lot, he's going to play the other corner. You know, and then, you know, the Waymeyer kid will play safety, but we'll rotate several guys in there on our defense, and we feel like that our defense has the potential. Now I said potential to be as good or possibly better than we were last year, right?
Yeah, with Freeman and Green, what they did last year was something else. And another year on Freeman's belt, and Green slimming down a little bit, but it's going to be fun to watch, Coach. It really is.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I know some people that have watched the scrimmage and seen our film. That's outside people looking in, not necessarily the, you know, the people on the inside. But we think we got a chance to be pretty good defensively, and you know, some of those people from the outside have made comment that we look better than we did last year. So that's yet to be seen.
Yep.
You know, that team won.
Always is.
That team stopped a lot of people defensively, and you know, to hold a Refugio team to 21 points is that's a big task, and so hopefully we can do that. So
really it is. All right, well, a new district, a new season, and a district schedule that is always what Mart prefers, very tough indeed. And Coach, good luck to you Friday night against the Bosqueville Bulldogs.
All right, appreciate it.
The University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to the Army National Guard, Baden, Balfour, Baylor Scott and White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Fox Sports Southwest, Gatorade, Hellas Construction, Max Preps, the NFHS Network, Nike, Register My Athlete, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, and Tick-A-Tap Ticketing. These generous corporate sponsors support the UIL in all its activities, music, academics, and athletics. The UIL appreciates these sponsors and their participation in all that the UIL does in Texas extracurricular activities. On behalf of the UIL and its corporate sponsors, thank you for supporting UIL activities in your community, and thank you for listening to this state playoff contest. Enjoy the game.
Hey, this is Patsy Williams, and I'm Remo's mother, and you're listening to the Mart Panthers.
Thank you, Mom. She's very proud of me there, Dave, as we are back here at halftime, 11:38 and counting before we get back to play here, 33-6. We want to thank you for tuning in to the EMEX, and that is the Energy Exchange, the Energy Market Exchange. I'll get it. It's going to take me a while to get that down, but there's a lot there to it, trust me. But the EMEX presentation to Mart Panther Football for 2018, of course, also brought to you by First National Bank Central Texas, and Dave's been tugging at me, tugging, saying, can I talk and give these numbers, man? I worked my booty off in the first half, even though he did say some really bad joke that I think we're going to get reprimanded for when this is all over. Or that, or we're going to get or Jack in the Box is going to call, say, do some commercials for us, will you?
Yeah.
So give us some numbers there in the first half, Mr. Dave Emily.
Okay.
Let me turn you up.
33-6 at halftime. The Panthers started the scoring out at 5:14 in the first quarter with a touchdown by Horn. Kyler Martin got a touchdown, and he actually had 2 touchdowns in the first half. Bailey had 2 touchdowns. Okay, the individual or the numbers. Mart had 125 yards rushing in the first half. They had passing, they were 4 of 7 for 40 yards with 12 first downs. Of course, Bailey had 210 yards rushing. I think that was...
wow.
That was 7 carries.
Only 7 carries?
Only 7 carries.
Goodness.
It's pretty good average.
Yeah, that makes pretty damn.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Bosqueville, they had 34 yards rushing. They had 6 of 24 passing. For Webb, he had 93 yards. They had 6 first downs, and I don't think they had anybody with any kind of numbers in rushing, except that's it.
Yeah, still had a couple runs, but nothing long. They kept him in check pretty good, and he's the I want to say he was a state qualifier in the 200-meter last year, so we know the guy's got some wheels on him. We don't want to let him get free, that's for sure. All right, thank you, Dave. Diamond Dave, we're going to start calling him this year as he hopes to be with us each and every week for Mart Panther Football. And game 1 of the 2018 season, as Itzy sits down next to me, 9 minutes left here at halftime, Mart 33, Bosqueville 6. And do we have any scores that we might know of or can get pulled up and talk to about some of the games? Not specifically in our district, Itzy, because most of our teams are a little further out. Let's stay with some of the local guys.
Well, and we saw firsthand last night it's supposed to be one of the better teams in the district. Dawson, maybe not, and they were terrible. So I mean, honestly, First game, okay, I'll give him that bit. I was more impressed with Axel. Axel looked really good last night. Of course, they may have a lot to do with Dawson, but you could tell from the team we saw last year here from Axel to, I mean, totally different. Just the way they carry themselves on the field, the way they execute it. I mean, that's a playoff team. You think Boscoville, Axel, Riesel, maybe Italy? I mean, it'll be fun to watch that district. Here we go at the half. Waco High is leading University 22-15. Defending state runner-up in 6A Midway is at home, and they are trailing Euless Trinity 30-7.
Oh, wow!
Westlake at the half leads Belton 24-10. Temple on top of Round Rock Cedar Ridge 24-18. Well, I'll tell you what, Midway, Belton, Temple, they're going out and playing some heavyweights, man. I give them credit. Lorena ahead of China Spring 21-14. That's late third quarter. Midlothian Heritage 7. The Hornets of Gatesville 0. La Vega on top of Medina Valley 19-8. And to me, the big shocker, Hillsboro 45, West 7 early in the third quarter. I don't get that at all. But
well, it's West Fest weekend.
That's it.
Golly.
That's what it is.
Rusk leads Fairfield 14-8. The Yeomen on top of Mahia. They're playing in Alvarado for some reason. But
Bill's not ready in Mahia.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
They getting turf over there?
Yes, sir.
35-20 Cameron over Mahia. Robinson trails Taylor 21-14. Your Cadets, Conley on top of Palestine 21-20. Groesbeck shutting out Rice 46-0. McGregor also pitching a shutout 25-0 over Marlin.
State champs.
Here's a big old district matchup here. Malakoff 40, Teague 23 at the half. Whitney 21, Gerald 0. Game over at UMHB. Troy leads Salado 7-6. Boy, that's always a score when those two play, it seems like. Clifton hammering Valley Mills 35-0 at the half. Millsap 19-6 over Hamilton. Crawford 26-6 over Tolar. Also at the half, Bruce Valetti 6, Rio Vista 0.
Rio?
I don't know. Here's next week's opponent.
I think you said it right.
I know. I give him a hard time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll shut up. I'm joking.
Thanks for coming to my defense, though, Dave. You're right.
Good night, everybody.
I'll be here all week.
And next week's opponent, Holland, is really putting it to Moody, 42-0 early third quarter out there.
We all know how good Moody is.
Yeah. District opponent Wortham trails Itasca 20-6. Anderson Shiro 13, Rosebud Lot 6. Frost on top of Cayuga 21-14.
Frost will be a decent team.
Frost will be decent.
Yep.
Meridian getting shut out by Santo 18-0. Cushing 32, Chilton 0. Boy, a lot of shutouts tonight. And that's really it to talk about right now.
Well, and let's talk about our new district here. Again, 11-2A district. 11-2A Division 2 is where we moved into. Region 3 there in Division 2 of 2A. And Mart's going to have Frost, who you heard say is up pretty good right now. They're a pretty good team every single year. They're kind of that, I guess if you had to compare these two districts from last year to this year that we were in, is you can compare maybe Frost to a Bosqueville, per se. They're going to be a competitive, good team each and every year.
Exactly, yeah.
You can compare Meridian to just a dumpster fire. It's bad over there, and I'm not saying because of the kids. If you don't know, Meridian's coach quit about a month before the season started, and they had to get a whole new coach, whole new everything.
Yeah, it's not good.
And that's why I say dumpster fire. No pun intended to the Meridian or the kids, because I actually love Meridian's a beautiful little place if you've ever been there. Then Hubbard is middle of the road.
Hubbard's
the Jaggers.
Yeah, Hubbard's not bad.
Then you got Wortham, and Wortham is kind of one of those up and down kind of teams. You just don't know what you're going to get with them. They got some good big kids. Just had some down years.
Yeah.
And then the last one we all know, Dawson. It just had some bad years recently as well.
And Dawson, they had some big kids too, but just boy.
It's going to be another one of those districts. Unfortunately, we don't like that it's that way, but
yeah, we're going to be kind of similar last year. A great first 5 weeks, and until probably the third week of the playoffs, so on Thanksgiving, things kind of get rolling again.
Yep. About the time that ESPN comes a calling, it's about when things will get fun, right? It's you. Now that ain't kidding about. Anyway, so next we'll play Holland next week, and of course the Bosqueville Bulldogs will play McGregor and their second game of the season. So let's take one last break. Only about 3 minutes left before halftime. Again, your score 33 for the Mart Panthers and 6 for the Bosqueville Bulldogs. We'll get you set up for the second half when we come back right after this break. You're listening to the EMEX presentation of Mart Panther Football, brought to you by First National Bank, Central Texas.
Let me tell you about the Zimmerman Law Firm, Central Texas Personal Injury Law Firm. They are a successful and caring team of partners. When you call the Zimmerman Law Firm, you will see an actual attorney with over 50 years strong. Zimmerman doesn't outsource smaller claims. They want to help each and every client. They work with their cases and work them hard. Simply put, they take the rock off your shoulders. The Zimmerman Law Firm, passionate, optimistic attorneys committed to winning.
Call 1-800-INJURIES.
For all your photographic needs, there is only one man to call. Pat Kerrigan at First Down Photos. 254-749-7272. That's First Down Photos. Live events or special occasions, First Down Photos is the place to call. Pat Kerrigan has years of experience in action and non-action photography. He is the best. Check out his website at firstdownphotos.photoreflect.com or give Pat a call at 254-749-7272. That's First Down Photos. Freeze frame!
Hi, I'm Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and you're listening to Mart Panther Football.
Hey, thank Dan Ingham and the First National Bank Central Texas for being a dual sponsorship for the 2018 season with EMEX. That is the Energy Market Exchange, and you're hearing a lot of commercials about them, Mitzi, throughout this game, and you will throughout the season as one of our title sponsors, and we'll talk a little bit more about them here later in the second half, as well as I'll explain a little bit more about what they are. But EMEX is simply put, if you own a business or you're a school district or what have you, or you're a government type of facility or agency, they will search for the energy charges that better suit your needs at a cheaper price. So you don't have to do it. You're sitting in your office and you're telling your guy, hey, call and find out how much the electric is, Bill. Hey, Bob, you call the water department, see how much that water is going to cost. What about our internet? They do it for you. Henry Witt, if Henry Witt worked for this company, how great it is.
Absolutely.
So they will take care of that for you. They'll explain a lot more about how they can save you a ton of money with your business, school, or organization. Anyway, back here about 50 seconds before the start or the end of a halftime, 33-6, and Itzy, we talk about it every year, at least when we play Bosqueville. Bosqueville shoots themselves in the foot. This is a good program. They gave Mart all they wanted that first quarter, even though you didn't hear it on here, but we'll make that up. But they just keep shooting themselves in the foot, and then Mart takes advantage.
Yes, nice, great in between the 20s, and they kind of stall when they get in the red zone. The pick right there before the half, a couple dumb penalties, and yeah, you're right. That stuff against a Mart Panther team you just absolutely cannot do if you want to stay a hopes of being in the game at the end and trying to pull one out. Yeah,
I think, Dave, what did you say? I think it was like 22 points in a span of a couple minutes there, right? I think you mentioned something about that. It happened quick. I said it was 45 seconds left, and all of a sudden, Mart scores, gets the ball back, scores again, and they almost scored a third time with 7 seconds left in halftime, and just kind of put it out of the way.
Yeah,
did you see the
21 points in the last 6 minutes.
Look at that. They got a new run out there. Did you know that?
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, they still run through at the start of the game, the paper one that the cheerleaders make, but they got a little run-through thingy there. That's pretty cool.
That is.
I was wondering when they were going to get with the program, get one of those things. As the Panthers come out for the second half here, I'll remind you, this is Remo Williams alongside E.C. Cartwright will be your play-by-play and color guy all year long. It's just like last year. Our 10th year on the air. Yeah. Not for Mark, but 10 years total. And he reminded me something about before the game, Dave, that next week's game will be how many for us to do all total?
100.
100 actual broadcasts for me and Itzy. And Dave, what are you buying us for an anniversary there?
I'll get you a.
He had to think about it. He's like,
no,
I ain't getting you anything.
I got it all figured out.
That's all right. Billy McKinney will get me something.
No.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time, Dave. But our 100.
Jack in the box.
Yeah. Just don't poke it.
Okay.
And I tell you what, I got to say it's been an honor. I didn't think we'd be doing it 10 years. It started 10 years ago with another company. We started in McGregor. I believe it's, we started in Mart kind of first, sort of.
Yeah.
We got our own team in McGregor. Then we went to Lorena, and then we came here.
Yeah.
So, been at it 10 years. Our 100th broadcast next week. Maybe we'll do something special like be on air on time. How about that? We'll try for that, folks, first. But again, we apologize. You try to get us early. We just ask if you would now please go out there and share it. Tell them we're on. There was some kind, it could have possibly literally been some kind of internet issue overall and not here because we're using everything the same we used last year. But boy, we had no internet. And I know Mart, it's a small town, but they have internet out here, folks. So just about to get underway here. Mart will start out receiving the ball here in the second half. They will go right to left. Back deep to take the kickoff will be Shatydrick Bailey and Mr. Horn back there. Tyreek. And to kick the ball off, it looks like, who is that? Is that Ryder Rourke, I believe. Number 3, you can see if that's a 3 or an 8, but it is a 3. It's a low wobbler. Is going to go up to the up back, but then chased down actually by Domitius Green, who's on the front line. He just kind of ran backwards and just fell on top of the ball. Smart move that time by Green. They'll start 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Ball down at the 33-yard line.
Little swift kick there, swivel kick, whatever you want to call it.
Swift kick?
Swivel, swift, something. What do you call it? What do you call it, Dave?
No, it's not a swift kick. That's what you do when you do something wrong in school.
What, get a swift kick?
Get a swift kick. I know. I led the league in that one year.
Yeah, they need to bring back paddling in school, buddy. I tell you. I get reminded each and every day as I walk home to the house.
One thing I noticed about Mart, they should just on the roster sheet we get how much smaller it is.
What, every year?
Kids outside.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just, well, even if you're Mart and you want to substitute, get other kids, there ain't a lot left to choose from.
See, Micah Saul's going out there playing a little offense. He wasn't there in the first half. I did learn that Jaden Riley, who's normally out there on the offensive line, has got a little injury, nothing major, so he's not starting tonight. 1st and 10 for the Mart Panthers. They'll send Freeman in motion from the far from the near. They'll fake it to him. Martin right up the middle. Good yardage at the 35. Finally brought down as he crosses the 40 and drops down to the 41-yard line. 11-yard pickup by Kyler Martin.
Man, took a big hit at the end of that, too.
If you're out there, let us know you're listening. I do have the chat room open. If you want to type something in there, ask a question, or just let us know you're listening out there. We enjoy that tremendously. 1st and 10, 42-yard line now for the spot. Kyler Martin, Bailey, far side, trying to get around the corner to 43, and gets drugged down from behind as he crosses the 45 for only about a 3.5-yard gain that time for Bailey. Of course, he had that long 73-yard touchdown run in the first half where he got touched. I guess you could call it 3 or 4 times, but they just couldn't bring him down. How about some more crowd, Mike? Yeah, let's give us some more crowd. Gotta work out all the bugs here. I bought me a brand new headset, but not Itsy. Pass to Bailey near side, and he gets hit immediately and drugged backwards. He'll lose yards that time. All the way back to the 39-yard line.
Sander kind of went low and wrapped up onto the ground. It's textbook.
Drops him back to the 39. That'll make it 3rd down and we'll call 13 yards here for the Mart Panthers. 10:36 and counting. Panthers up 33-6, and I'm sure they're going to do a lot of clock running here in the second half. Oh, fake, and then Waymeyer, excuse me. That is Waymeyer.
Yeah, well, it was a fake, but Ryder Rourke didn't bite it all.
Yeah.
He was ready for it.
Overthrown is good coverage, as you said. And we've seen a lot of tries to Waymeyer today as they're going to work him in there. They're going to be passing it a lot to him this year. Who got in the game, too, also out there, it is a Ben Schultz. He's the one from the 6th man, Dripping Springs. See him out there? Richland Springs, excuse me. He looks like he's playing more of a tight end position. He'll play wide receiver, linebackers. 4th down play, and Kyler Martin's just going to punt it away. Forces it out of bounds And around the Bosqueville 40-41 yard line will be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Their first offensive series of the second half here.
First down, Bulldogs.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs as Webb will bring them back out here. Got Horn and Jacob Wybera playing your corner position. Number 12, Logan Wiedmeyer and Kyler Martin, your safeties. The new kid, Preston Lane, one of your linebackers. On the left side, handoff almost dropped there by number 4. He grabs it and makes good yardage to Mart territory at the 45-yard line. It's Trey Mejia, excuse me.
Yeah, Lane playing his linebacker was covering the slot receiver and came all the way down to come over and made that tackle.
Injured Panther down. I can't tell. Is that, I don't know if that's.
Is it Bailey?
It looks like Bailey from here. I don't see Bailey out there. We don't want to say that. It is Bailey down on the ground. They're looking at him real quick. And while we're waiting for that, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the Energy Market Exchange. It's you own a business or you make the decisions for your school or government entity, such as a city or county. Next time you're in the market for electricity or natural gas, give EMEX a call. EMEX is the Energy Marketing Exchange, and they're located here in Waco. And so I lied; they don't do internet and the other one. So anyway, they're located here in Waco. They'll get over 90 energy suppliers like TXU, Reliant, Hudson, Green Mountain to compete for your electricity or natural gas business in real-time reverse auction. They compete for your business basically so that you know you get the absolute lowest rate available. Henry Witt III runs the office here in Waco, and give him a call or his team at the Energy Market Professionals at the Energy Market Exchange. That's EMEX 254-751-0364. Again, that's 254-751-0364. As we're back to action here. First down from the 45. And tackled in the backfield that time for a 1 yard loss. It's number 76, Jerry Shepard, in the game with that tackle. First time we called his name. We're seeing him in action.
Morjon in there as well, looks like.
Like Bailey did make it off. Now I was reading the live read out there. Did Bailey run off or have a little help?
He ran off.
No, he ran off.
He did? Oh, that's great news. I bet he won't be back in this game. It's like, oh, well, no. It looks like they're just going to tape up the ankle a little bit more there. Second down now. And 10.5 for the Bulldogs. Man in motion. Fake it to him. Webb looking to the near side. Got a man caught at the 38-yard line. Immediately tackled by Waymeyer. It'll be about 3 yards short of the first down, though. Actually, Preston Lane on the tackle. Jackson Zander on the catch. I'm not sure. I wonder if that's another Zander. That's Ken.
That'll be maybe a nephew.
Because I didn't think he had any more left. Actually playing. Mr. Zander. 8:38 and counting here. Third and 3 for the Bosqueville Bulldogs. Webb hands off. Right the middle, hit hard. Right at the line of scrimmage and finally pushed back. They'll give him forward progress of about a yard.
There's Shepard again.
Trey Mejia on the carry. Shepard giving some good play time here, and I think I noticed he was he is a junior. I thought he was the other sophomore, but that's Kirk Casey that's on the team. No freshmen this year. And I said something to Coach Hoffman about that. He said, well, we didn't have a Freeman on, this year down there. And fourth down, now they're going to go for it. 4th and 3 for the Bulldogs. Webb back to pass, looking to the far side. Now he comes inside on the slant. It's a nice pass, but just can't get it and haul it in. Is number 33, Marcel Estelle, and if he gets that one in stride, he's gone.
Yeah. Ball was a little high.
Yeah.
I think they'll throw it low. Either that and first down. Just
getting a couple, though. They should have really hauled in.
Yeah.
So they'll turn the ball over to Mart. They'll do first down and 10 from their own 38-yard line, up 33-6. And again, I'm Remo Williams alongside Itzy Cartwright. Dave Emily here to the right of me, statistician extraordinary. Diamond Dave. How about that? We'll go Diamond Dave all year?
I like that.
Yeah, we have to come up with something slick for Dave every year. This year it'll be Diamond Dave. Is that all right?
I like that. That's a good nickname right there.
You know, he's pretty good when he played for Van Halen, wasn't you, Dave? You could kick and you could get that jump.
Sounds like a wrestler.
There is a Diamond Dallas Page. There you go. Handoff. Bailey back in the game. Gets hit hard at the 41-yard line. Gets maybe another yard, but boy, he gets pounded.
Violent hit.
There, man. Wow.
He still got a little limp.
Jacob Bravo put a smack on him. 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, Bravo's been really quiet. He had a pretty decent game last year.
You know, he had a pretty good cartoon a while back, Johnny did.
He did, yeah.
Bravo. Johnny Bravo. 2nd down, 6. You have fun now. It's time to have fun. As fakes the handoff. Martin straight up the middle. Oh, he loses the ball. And we got to see who's got it. It looks like Mart did recover it, but the defender came in and kind of grabbed the arm, and Martin lost the ball, but luckily went forward another yard and jumped on to be short 3rd down now.
Boy, I don't know how he got that back. Like
I don't either.
3 white jerseys around it.
Well, luckily the jerseys had purple on them too. Do you like your shirt?
Oh, yeah.
When it gets cool, that's going to be nice, ain't it?
Absolutely.
Coach gave us some long sleeve shirts this year. I told him, he said, though, these shirts, unlike those big ones we got last time, they are wearing a little bit smaller, so I got you an extra large, not because I think you're fat.
Yeah,
3rd down and 1, handoff to Horn, and he's going to have it. It's tough couple yards, but enough for the 1st down. Almost at midfield here, 1st and 10 for the Mart Panthers.
Horn, you take away that one big run in the 1st quarter, he's been quiet tonight.
Yeah, he has been.
You guys got new shirts? Or you got shirts from Coach Hoffman?
Well, they were in his, let's just put it this way, they were in his office. I walked in and said, boy, we could sure use a couple shirts, Coach.
You forgot about
there we go.
You forgot about your statistician.
No, I'm going to bring you my old shirt I got last year. Here's a handoff. Bailey, Horn, left side, and about a 5-yard gain down to the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5. No, yeah, I'm serious. I shouldn't have said I got last year, but I should have said I'm just going to bring you a new one.
That's all right.
The one I got last year.
I'll make a note of that.
Okay. I'm on his bad side now. I'm getting a lump of coal this year. Second and 5 for the Panthers. They only had one kind this year. Last year they usually had a couple different kinds. There's a fake handoff on the jet sweep. Now down the middle, caught at the 30, 10, 5, touchdown. And that is number 8, Demetrius Green. And he hit him in stride, did Martin, for the 45-yard touchdown.
Yeah, it looked like the Bosqueville defender maybe timed his jump a little too soon. And there was Green waiting on it. And once he caught it, it was easy stroll into the end zone.
So it makes it 39-6 with the extra point to come. 5:32 here in the 3rd quarter. And really playing a lot of backups right now other than the quarterback position. And Bailey's still playing, but he's getting everybody a chance here in this first game. We're seeing some guys that first time live football action here on Friday nights. I keep wanting to call Jacob Wybara, of course, Camden down there. He looks a lot like him as far as when he's got his helmet on. I'm not sure what we're waiting on over there. Roughing the passer on the play as well. So I don't know if they're still going to go ahead and kick 1 point, but they'll take and actually put the penalty on the kickoff after the extra point here for the Panthers. And of course, once we find out if he makes this extra point or not, we'll take a break. Hear from our fine sponsors. And take them a long time to figure that one out there, Rita.
Sure is.
Yeah. Got a 5-day weekend. I want to get to it. There's a snap. It's down, and it is up and good. Your new score of 42-6, 5:32. You're listening to the EMEX presentation of Mart Panther Football.
Reed's Food Store for over 90 years has strived to save their customers time, energy, and money. Reed stakes its reputation on fresh, hand-trimmed, and cut beef, pork, and poultry. Whether it's for a neighborhood barbecue, church potluck, or your own family's table, their market can provide just the right cut of quality meat. They feature an old-fashioned butcher shop, just like the one your mother went to. Open 7 days a week, Reed's Food Store on Texas Avenue, downtown Mart. The team at Reed's Food Store thanks everyone for placing your trust in them.
Hi, I'm Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we are thrilled to back the Mart football team this year. Just like the Panthers, we strive to be the best we can be every day, and we're proud of our roots. We have been a part of the Mart community since 1901. We're a locally owned bank that believes in getting to know and taking care of our customers. We invite you to come by and see us in Mart or any of our 5 convenient locations. That's the First National Bank of Central Texas, a member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Go Panthers!
Back with you here as Itchy and I talk off the air. Sometimes forget that we got a ball game here as we are back with the First National Bank's presentation of Mart Panther Football. Also brought to you by EMEX, Energy Market Exchange. 40-6. Mart Panthers up on the Bosqueville Bulldogs, game 1 of the 2018 season. Of course, Panthers 6-time state champions, 57, 69, 99, 2006, 2010, 2017. But as we talked to Coach Hoffman, the one thing they've never done is win back-to-back.
Never.
Ever.
That's amazing.
Yep. Get number 7 and back-to-back would be awesome. And we all pretty much all agree that they're going to go probably back. They will have wouldn't face Munster, I think, until
third round.
Third round? Is it third round?
I think it's the third round.
And everybody kind of thinks that's probably their biggest test on the season. As Munster is
could get Stratford again. I think that would be in the title game though this year around.
There's a kick by Ortiz. They'll just let it roll out of the back of the end zone.
If you get that far, of course.
Touchback. First and 10 Bulldogs.
Of course, Tenaha was going to be that one, but they ended up moving up to Division 1. They were in Division 2 last year. Obviously, they went to the state and they won. They won last year.
No, Munster beat them.
Munster beat them.
Tenaha, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, they were there, but they're perennial. Yeah. And we thought, okay, that'll be fun. Tenaha, and Mart, and boom, they move up to 1. Munster moves down to 2, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that we ought to suggest to Coach Hoffman that we have a Mart telethon for air conditioning in the press box.
Gosh.
Absolutely. We're hoping that.
We could open the windows.
Well, that's what I thought. If maybe it'd cool it down. I open one up and see what it feels like, because it sure felt better when I opened that door and stood outside. But it's hot in here. It's blowing, but it ain't blowing cold. Oh, it'll be all right. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There's a quick toss from Webb out to the outside from the first down play. Caught. Gain of about 7.
Pass complete to Matt. Brings up 2nd 2 for the Bulldogs.
First time that one has been open in the year. Yeah, they had their little fridges. They weren't working. Anything wasn't working up here. So it's been a hot summer. I mean, it has been baking this year, hasn't it, Dave? 2nd down and 8 after the catch from Webb. As a handoff to Estelle, trying to get to the outside. He can't make it. Good pursuit by the Mart Panthers. And there's Wabera again on the tackle, and might have gotten a yard on that play.
It's relentless, and we talked about all year last year, talking about all year this year, how tough it's going to be running outside the hash marks against this defense. It's too much speed to even try to get the edge.
You know what? You haven't been keeping up with Bosqueville's numbers, have you?
What are you paying me for?
Well, I'm going to get you a shirt somehow next week. I'm going to grab you,
you'll get
a shirt.
You'll get stats next week.
No, I'm curious as to what Bosqueville was held to tonight as far as total yards, because it can't be too many. You know what I'm saying? They had that one good drive in the beginning.
At halftime, they had 127.
There you go.
The majority was through the air.
Last year, I think their average ended up being around 20.8 when I was figuring it up as far as what they gave up per game.
Yeah.
But they gave up 43, I think it was, in the first game against Lexington. And really after that, they went through district and didn't even allow a touchdown.
Not to Bosqueville's the last game. That was the first score.
And they got 14 on that one.
We got another.
Now that's a player down for Bosqueville. Both teams are down on one knee there.
Oh yeah.
Well, I seen Sander come running over to this side, and I thought, well, either he's just going to go ahead and join the Mart coaching staff or get a player down. Yeah, I was going to say, the only one it looks like it could be maybe is Marcel Estelle, who was the ball carrier.
Cramps. Of course, we see that this time of year. We see a lot of cramps.
Especially tonight.
Cramp issues, yeah. I don't know if that's it.
Yeah, and it's like earlier with Bailey, he's a little like he had a little tweak of an ankle, but been a really clean game here tonight. Well, no, actually, that's Elijah Green.
It sure is.
Wow, from this vantage point, he was covered up, and I just assumed it was a Bosqueville player because Coach Zander came all the way from the other side to this side, and we never saw Estelle, but no, it's Elijah Green is your injured player, and he's very gingerly with two men helping him, making his way to sit down there behind the team. As the doctors will take a look at him, not sure what they're looking at here.
At least he got up and walked. Start.
Kind of saw this last year with Bailey. He started out really hot, got hurt. Was out for 2 or 3 games and came back strong. So let's back to play here. 4:28. 1st and 10 for the Bosqueville Bulldogs, and Webb looking to pass again down the far sideline, and his receiver just stops the route, and the ball lands in the hands of the Mart Panthers, and Tyreek Horn is returning it to the 50-40 and pushed out of bounds at the Bosqueville 35-yard line. So
yeah, that's the second time tonight we've seen a Bosqueville receiver either cut a route short or just give up on a route, and it's ended in a pickup for Webb.
You're right, and that one was obvious. It looked like the receiver was going to the first down marker. Yeah. Webb thought he was going to stop and go, and he did not. So he go right to Tyreek Horn. So 1st and 10, and that's what I was talking about earlier. There's been a lot of that with this Bosqueville team. You know, it's the first game of the season, too. There's still a lot of things going on and the system getting learned, but, you know, again, it wouldn't be 40-6 if it wasn't for some of the mistakes that the Bosqueville Bulldogs have made here tonight. They've actually played a very good game.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Kyler Martin will bring them back out. Bailey, Demetrius Green, and Yabara are out to the near side. It'll be a handoff up the middle to Tyreek Horn. He breaks a tackle at the 30, 25, and breaks another tackle at the 15 and scampers right in. Touchdown, Tyreek Horn.
Man.
We've seen that 100 times by Tyreek. He hits the hole hard. You think he's going down, and he keeps his balance. Then someone grabs him by the back of the shirt. He breaks away from that and into the touchdown for 6 points for the Mart Panthers.
34-yard touchdown run.
Wow.
And, yeah, it looked like Lane Womack had him down and just had him wrapped up, just didn't bring him down.
Ortiz will look to add the extra point as we are 4 minutes into the left in the third quarter here. Extra point is good. 47-6. We'll take a break and be right back with more EMEX presentation of Mart Panther Football 2018.
EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange, takes the guesswork out of your energy contract. EMEX will get the most reputable energy suppliers in the nation to compete in real time for your business. Call the EMEX office in Waco, Texas at 254-751-0364 to speak to an energy market expert and begin saving money for your business, school, or governmental entity. EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange. EMEX LLC services not available to residential customers or regulated areas.
Welcome back here to Mart, Texas. First game of the 2018 season. Remo Williams into Cartwright here. And, yeah, my computer is getting very hot.
Man, that thing is. Whew. That's probably why you're so warm.
Yeah, sitting behind this thing. I got a fried egg on the back of that. Wow. Yeah, that's probably part of it right there, Itzy. Hey, you know what? I get to go home and say, honey, I need a new laptop. She's going, yeah, right. Well, I noticed that when I was producing and putting everything together. I was like, surely they don't get that hot, because I don't really notice, I don't know how hot they get. I'm like, surely they don't get that hot. Yeah, and you're right. So either I got a fan going out or something here. 4:03. We'll just hope it makes it through the end of the game here. Then I'll take care of that business. Good thing we're not at Lexington. It really would have burned up. Kickoff by Ortiz, taken at the 10-yard line. Right in the middle of the field. Coming to the near side is Trey Mejia. Good run back as he gets up the sideline over the 30. And they'll call him down at the 33-yard line. 23-yard return.
Appreciate you guys opening that window. That probably
Did it help?
That probably saved my life.
Well, we smell that bad?
If the shoe fits, wear it.
Well, I'll put that up there too and let that sucker cool down a little bit here. Oh, gosh, I took 2 showers.
Oh, great.
Just not this week. You can put that over here.
Yeah, we got it.
Look at you guys.
Why did we wait till the end of the third quarter to do that? So why did we wait till the end?
Well, no, it was hot earlier. I mean, it's. I'm going to turn that up there.
Oh.
First down play for the Bosfield. Loses yardage this time, all the way back to the 31-yard line. Good tackle that time by the Mart defense.
And it just looked like another option play, and it was blown up by, there's Jerry Shepard again, 76.
Shepard's had a good game tonight.
He has had a good game.
Called his name many a times. Second down and 12 for the Bulldogs. Webb still your quarterback. He's got Mejia and Estelle beside him on either side of him. They're going left to right here. He'll hand it to Mejia. He'll go far side, maybe 3 or 4 yards. He's got another player down on the ground, is he?
That's a cramp. That looks like a cramp. Yeah, that's Freeman. He was cramping earlier over here on the sideline. So.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's a stiff leg out there.
He was trying to work through it over here while the offense was on the field. As soon as he gets back out there, well, you gotta hydrate.
Well, you hate to see that with Elijah Green. We don't know what the problem is. We'll find out and get that to you for the next game and everything, but you sure hate to see that first game of the season. And this is a guy that last year absolutely dominated. He could have blocked about 20 punts last year. He missed probably about 20 with the fingernail, and then finally got some there towards the end of the season. And him and Freeman on either side of the bookends last year were just really unbelievable all year long, causing pressure.
Kind of makes you wonder. I think they're throwing a lot of water down his back, and it's like putting some ice. I don't know if he got dehydrated or what's going on with him.
They're doing that to Green?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of a good sign in the sense of, I see the ice pack there on the back of the neck.
They're trying to get him cooled down.
Yeah, that could be the case. I mean, we're talking, it was in the hundreds when we started this game here, and they were talking about humidities could be up as far as 108 today. Welcome to Texas, huh?
Last day of August.
Yeah.
Never got that hot in Indiana.
Yeah, it's pretty hot to be even for football, I'll tell you that. We're not playing indoors here. Third down and 7. Back to pass. Webb looking down the sideline. And again, the receiver is not on the same page, and it is intercepted by Wybara. He's bringing it down the field across the 50 into Bosqueville territory at the 35-30. And he's got one block but can't get in. Is finally tackled by Webb at the 3-yard line. That's a 57-yard interception return by Wabera.
And also, what are the Boston receivers doing? I mean, you see that ball in the air, you realize they don't even make an effort for it. Just kind of stand there and watch.
I'd like to be in that meeting after this.
My goodness, I'm watching that tape with them.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, you got to think as a third down play that you're just wanting to get the first down, move the chain. But I don't know who's wrong.
Yeah.
But Webb's throwing it 30 yards down the field. I mean, we know he's got an arm. He don't have to prove it to us.
He's got a nice touch, though. Webb's got.
Yeah, he does. Pretty ball. That's why Mart's been able to catch him. I mean, he's got more completions to the Mart defense than he does his own wideouts.
Tell the truth.
Golly. So 1st and goal for the Panthers. And they spotted just inside the 4-yard line. Martin still your quarterback. Bailey, your running back, and he'll follow Bailey to the left side, and he'll be down just inches from the yard line, from the goal line. And again, the numbers on the board are going to look a lot worse than what the actual game was on the field. It's been a good contested battle here, and I think good things are in store for the Bosqueville Bulldogs this year as they'll travel into that 8-2A division. And I can.
Coaches were looking up, wondering why the clock wasn't running.
Yeah,
I just saw
it's running now 2:12 here in the 3rd quarter.
I mean, we're at 10 o'clock. We're not even in the 3rd quarter yet.
Again, same thing. Bailey on the left side of Martin. They're going right to left here on the near hash. It is a keeper again by Martin, and he is in this time for the Mart touchdown. From 1 yard out, follows Bailey there off with the left side. That'll roll the scoreboard up to 53. Remember last year the Axtell game that was it 99 the final 99 to 0?
90 to 0.
90 to 0. Yeah. And you even wonder how you can even get to that kind of point, but you know, and that's why I'm so excited at what you said about seeing Axtell. When we saw Axtell come to Mart last year, they did not want to be here.
Nope.
You could see it the minute they walked on this field. So seeing that they had a great game last night and went over Dawson, and he said they looked a lot different, a lot better. That's good news for the folks there with the Axtell Longhorns. Extra point good, 54-6, 152 here in the 3rd quarter. As Mart will obviously get their first win of the 2018 season, and again last year we kept saying it was basically a request or a quest for state last year. This year we're saying it's time to repeat.
That's right.
Get the one thing that Mart has never done is get the repeat state championship. They've got 6 of those bad boys in all, but they've been spread out, and this coaching staff would really love to get back. Some the coach said in the coaching show, if you heard, Itzy, I don't know if you heard him say this, he was talking about last year how once they got to the playoffs and once Bosqueville was out, Xander literally came to some of the practices.
I didn't know that. He
gave
went
him
to,
some pointers.
Snyder.
So Snyder spent time with them at the games and gave him support and encouragement. But also Coach Rusty Nail. He said every week Coach Nail was on his phone telling them pointers and looking, you know, he was asking for them. He wasn't just getting them. You know, Rusty was like, here, do this. You know how Rusty is. He was asking Rusty how this and this and this. So he had all kinds of guys helping him along the way last year, as it was, you know, for the head coach being in the state championship.
And, you know, he would return the favor.
Absolutely.
Coach Sander and his crew, if they make a little run this year, you know, he'd be glad to help out as well.
That's a good sign to see number 50 standing up over there. It's Elijah Green now, still got a rag around him, but you're right. It must have been some kind of dehydration, but he also looks like he's got a little bit of a pain or something there. You know how you get if you're dehydrated though in your stomach? It might be something like that. The way
it doesn't feel good.
He just didn't see no throw up, so that's a good sign. Dave, did you see him throw up?
No.
It's like that movie. What movie was it? Replacements?
Yeah, that's Replacements.
And they all just kind of move over to the left. I ate too many eggs.
Huh? Drew Pearson did that on Monday Night Football one time.
The best one said they always did. There's a kickoff, taking it to the 10-yard line and coming to the near side and looking for a hole is number 1, Zaston Madkin. Didn't look like he really wanted to run too much there, Itzy, but he gets it up to across the 30 to the 30-yard line.
I mean, that was
weird.
It's on cruise control from the get-go.
Yeah. Late flag on the play there.
Come on.
Yeah, like Preston Lane got drilled. I don't know, maybe he got hit in the back or.
Can be a frustration play because it happened after the play.
It did happen after the play.
This water's good. Very, very good. It's hit the spot. And it does feel a lot better now that we open it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And folks, it's warm in here tonight. But we're going to Hofland next week. And as you heard earlier, Dave told us what to do when we got there. When we get there next week.
You want to know, just rewind.
Yeah. I hope we got that one on there. Say it again. What did he? What was it?
I said, which one of us is going to put our finger in the dike?
That just doesn't sound
famous
right.
for their dikes up there.
Yeah, I know they're famous for their dikes, but when he said that, I was wondering if that's what he meant for real. Diamond Dave.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Yes, that was some. Y'all had some good jokes about the Hofland thing earlier. That was great. The penalty was on Bosqueville. Was a personal foul.
Well, it should be interesting. Hofland went a couple rounds deep last year and lost to Refugio in the playoffs. Yeah, lost a few guys, but they were pounding Moody pretty bad tonight. So
moves the ball all the way back to Bosqueville's own 12-yard line, 13-yard line, 1st and 10. Let's see if Webb can connect with one of his wide receivers here as he'll send one of the men from the backfield out. That's Estelle.
49-7 final.
And he hands it off to, I'm not sure if I think that's Mejia, yep, for a couple. What is it now?
Hofland beat Moody 49-7.
But Moody's not, they're never really any good, I'm just saying. They eat too many of, Jack in the Box's bowls. That is a funny commercial, though. Have you seen it? It is so funny.
Man, jeez.
2nd down and 10 now for the Dogs, the Bulldogs. Handoff, Mejia again. Straight ahead for a couple again.
I can't get my head around Hillsboro 58 West 7. It's incredible.
It really is. I mean, you going into it, you probably had West by 3 scores at least.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on that one. That is surprising because I don't know how good Hillsboro was expected to be, but they weren't expected to be that much better than West. I don't know.
Well, can we just get to the end of the 3rd quarter? That's all. I mean, it's baby steps.
30 seconds left here and counting. To the end of the 3rd here. 54-6 Mart up over the Bosqueville Bulldogs. 3rd down and 7 from their own 16. Back to pass and again overthrowing the receiver caught. Libera, another interception, falls to the ground this time at the 46-yard line. And same thing, and I don't know.
Got a cramp too, Leah.
Jace Ayala was the intended receiver, and that ball was 10 yards behind him. I don't think he stopped on that one. I think Webb just overthrew him.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one. I think Webb overthrew that one. Yeah, that's 4 picks tonight for Tyler.
Wow. 1st and 10 for Mart on the Bosqueville 46-yard line, and like you said, little cramps there after Ybarra, caught that ball, went down to the ground and got a cramp immediately. So they'll go on offense again here. There'll be one more play for the start of the 4th quarter. We'll take a break, come back, start the 4th quarter here.
Man.
They'll help him off too. A lot of that tonight. Wow, you know that feeling, don't you?
Oh,
got it.
Not good.
Wow, yeah. I think they got Preston Lane out as a wide receiver on that far side over there, Itchy. Interesting. He was a wide receiver last year for Frost. Nope, that's not Preston. Sorry. Handoff up the middle. There he is. Mr. Richard Springs himself up the middle. Ball's on the ground after a big gain by Ben Schultz. And he fumbles the ball. See who recovered it. Mark did recover it at the 21-yard line, but a great run by number 3, Ben Schultz, as he had both hands on the ball when he came through the hole.
He was running there. Like, where do all these men on the field come from?
All of a sudden they're there, like, wow. Of course, it was about 20 yards down the field, and good run. As we head to the 4th quarter, we'll be back. This is the EMEX presentation of Mart Panther Football, brought to you by First National Bank, Central Texas.
Reed's Foods. Store, for over 90 years, has strived to save their customers time, energy, and money. Reed stakes its reputation on fresh, hand-trimmed, and cut beef, pork, and poultry. Whether it's for a neighborhood barbecue, church potluck, or your own family's table, their market can provide just the right cut of quality meat. They feature an old-fashioned butcher shop just like the one your mother went to. Open 7 days a week, Reed's Food Store on Texas Avenue, downtown Mart. The team at Reed's Food Store thanks everyone for placing your trust in them.
Familiar faces making local decisions is what the First National Bank of Central Texas is known for. They are a locally owned and locally managed financial institution that offers a broad array of banking products and services, all provided with a high degree of personal service using the very latest in banking technology. The First National Bank of Central Texas is a well-capitalized, safe, and sound bank with seasoned management. Go visit them in Waco, China Spring, Woodway, Hewitt, Mart, and Hillsborough. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and you're listening to Mart Panther Football.
Welcome back here. Start of the fourth quarter, Remo Williams alongside Itzy Cartwright and Diamond Dave. Statistician extraordinary, Mr. Emily. He's famous, guys, folks. I'm telling you, you want this guy's autograph. I mean, see the papers in front of him, boy. The stats. I mean, it's like the pencil smoking when he does this.
Yeah. That's why I got to put it down every once in a while.
Handoff on the first down play. Hard to bring in the, who was that?
It was Green.
Oh, Demetrius Green went to carry and gets back to the line of scrimmage, but he made him work at that tackle.
Yeah, he did.
Like, I'm not going down easy, fellas.
It looks like we got Horn and Bailey and Freeman. Their night's done.
It is done. It looks like Green is standing there talking to him, has his shoulder pads off. So I think I got to agree with you, Itzy, is what you said earlier, probably some dehydration kind of going on there because they put a lot of ice and water down his jersey and took his stuff off. So let's hope so. Second down play. Ben Schultz in motion. He'll fake it to him. Martin will keep it, and boy, he'll be lucky, and he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard back to the 25-yard line. It'll be third and long for the Mart Panthers.
That's my only concern now. You don't want your starting quarterback taking any unnecessary hits there this last 11 minutes.
Yeah, and I still don't get, though, why after last year did they pick this to be a game of the week for some of the news channels. I just don't understand that. I shook my head going, Bosqueville's a good program, but this is not a game of the week.
Well, and everybody talks, and Mart Bosco seems to get a lot of
handoff. Ben Schultz. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, a couple more yards before he's taken down close to the 20-yard line, third and long. Fourth and long.
People talk about Martin Bosco, and it seems to always get a lot of love every year, but when you look at the series, after tonight, Mart's going to win all 10 meetings by an average. They've won them all by about an average of 40 points. So they're never close.
Just like when they're going to play Riesel here in a few weeks, it's going to be that same kind of thing. It's rivalry. Just because they're 7 miles apart and even less than that, this is no rivalry, people.
No.
To me, keep playing Lexington, and that's a game of the week every year,
Yeah.
Franklin will be a big one this year for the Panthers.
Oh, Franklin will be fun.
Fourth down and 10. Fakes a handoff. Martin keeps over to the right side. Good yardage, but not near enough for the first down, so it'll turn the ball over. That'll turn the ball over to the Bosqueville Bulldogs. His defense holds. Turn around, go the other way. They're going to start on their own 15-yard line, first and 10, Dogs.
You find it kind of strange that Kyler doesn't have any they don't have a backup quarterback.
Well, actually, Green is supposed to be the backup quarterback. They've been working with Rodrell to be the backup quarterback, but he's not ready because he's never played it at all. They played him in the scrimmages, and he actually did pretty good, but it's more about with him the passing and getting him, he's got a great arm, but he's not as accurate as Martin because he hasn't been doing it. But when he would run the ball, he was like bringing down a boulder. He had one run in that scrimmage that he literally carried about 6 people all the way down the field. First down play, handoff right up the middle, goes nowhere. Mahia on the carry. So Diamond Dave, you got some big plans this week?
Let's see.
Gonna go out and
No, I kind of have to stay out of the heat. I can't go to the Baylor game.
well, I got to stay out of the heat too. It's because it's hot.
Yeah.
It is a great weekend though. I mean, with football starting up tomorrow, I can't wait. There's 11 o'clock matchup. I think the Horns and Maryland are playing.
Oh yeah, a little revenge game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one there. Of course, I'll watch Baylor even though they're not playing anybody, but I'll watch them, see if they look a little better than they did last year. If they can keep the players on the team. Second down, handoff, Mejia, right up the middle, good yardage. He'll get the first down as he piled his way to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Dogs. Yep, it's going to be fun, and they'll have some games on Monday. I think LSU or there's a big one.
I got LSU Miami on Sunday, and then Virginia Tech, Florida State on.
Oh, wow.
And Dave, I've got big news for you. I'm hearing rumor, and I'm kind of inside with the guys over at 105.3 The Fan in Dallas that Mr. Rico Gathers is going to make the 53-man roster. That's what I'm hearing. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Rico Gathers?
Yeah.
Boy, and he deserves it.
Yeah,
he does.
Out of the other guys, he deserves it. So I hope he does. I want to see what he can do, and just tells you how bad their tight ends are. Quick toss out, bumbled, and caught by Wybera after, I believe it was Estelle, just couldn't catch it. Comes off his fingertips, and another interception and a touchdown by Wybera.
He got his touchdown this time after being tackled at the 1 after the pick. I think he's trying to keep his legs moving so he doesn't cramp up.
Marcel Estelle should have caught that ball instead. Kind of bounced off his fingertips, and they throw a flag on him because
they think he's celebrating.
He's not celebrating. He's got cramps, and he's trying to work them out. And they throw a flag on it. I bet and coach is saying, "Dude, he's cramping up." Now you can see as soon as he got in the end zone, of course the cramping came back, and he ran over there, and he was running in place basically on the track, and they threw a flag thinking he was. Whatever you want to call it, celebration.
That's a pretty funny moment, though.
It is.
Look at him over there.
Watch him come over the sideline and say, I really was doing that. I'm going to see if they still hold this. And to me, that you should not.
You got to pick it up. Be smart.
You got to pick it up. It's an injury.
Not going to do it.
Yeah, he is.
There he is. Good job.
Best call you made all night.
Yeah. So with 7:59 in the fourth quarter, 60-6, and again, last year's score was 77-14. We're right on top of that again, Itzy.
Boy, we are.
Wow. Poor guy. Well, they're going to need some a lot of fluids here tonight. And Wybera, man, I'm impressed with this kid tonight. Now, I know some of them were bad passes, boy, but he is sure taking the opportunity he's been given and running with it. Kind of a slow start, though, for the Mart Panthers, but, boy, they've been helped out a lot by Bosqueville, Dave, I tell you. I tell you, I get no respect, Dave. Time for the impressions, Dave. It's fixing to come on out. Well, Dave, as Ronald Reagan would say, good night, Nancy. I love you. And then, of course, Nancy was having an affair with, well, I'll tell ya, Pilgrim. We're going to route up the Cowboys and go get those cattle from the Wyoming bin.
Oh, my gracious.
Pretty good, huh, Dave?
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Not
doing all the
bad.
easy ones, but I had to find out if I can do one of Coach Hoffman. Well, they're waiting now for the extra point as they finally got Barra down the sideline, back over to the bench, getting some water in him. And it just seems like it's taking forever, doesn't it?
It does.
It's just the entire night. Oh, bad snap. Kyler's going to have to pick it up and try to get to the end zone. He does not. That's a dangerous situation. That should be a flag right there as he's tackled at the 18-yard line, but a little bit of excessiveness by Eddie Dark, and he was very dark on that play. I mean, that's dangerous.
Yeah, he's starting quarterback.
Yeah. I think they're probably going to tell Martin next time, just lay down.
Absolutely. Just throw it out of bounds.
Trying to make a play, but he had
2
nobody.
points means nothing.
No, it doesn't. So it'll stay 60-6, 7:59 here as, again, first game of the 2018 season. It's in, I remember that game, state game, like it was yesterday. I tell you, it was a lot of fun. Barely made it through it. It was, I think the whole month I was sick. think me and Dave were both sick that whole month. I mean, just barely could get through, talk, do anything. But it was an amazing year. I just want to thank the Mart folks, the community, the coaching staff, everybody for allowing us to come in here last year and do that and be a part of that state championship. And now, if we hope we figured out all these internet woes, and
well, you guys really made it fun for me. I had a ball. That's the most fun I had in high school football.
Well, let's do it again.
Yep. Let's do it. Repeat. We'll repeat. We'll repeat with them there at AT&T Stadium. It is there again, right? They haven't changed it, have they?
I don't know if they've announced it because I was looking for its schedule the other day, and I don't think it's been announced yet.
Why don't they have a running clock? I don't understand that.
Yeah, they probably should be running the clock. Yeah, I don't know. Well, they wouldn't be running it at this portion. Maybe they'll start. I haven't really been paying attention to see if they're running it, but well, no, because they would have ran it on that last play. So you're right. Maybe Xander said, "Look, you play the game." I don't know. There's the kick by Ortiz finally, taken at the 20 by Trey Mejia, and down the sideline. Another nice run back up to the 40-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 right there for Bosqueville. Yeah, I see that Jessica Moore has been carrying around like a trophy with a football on top of it. Are they? Oh, is that the Game of the Week trophy they have now this year?
I guess so.
It must be. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Instead of just saying some kind of Game of the Week, you give them something.
Yeah.
I noticed before the game she was interviewing both Coach Xander and Coach Hoffman. See that? She was standing up on the what you call it there? The bench.
Bench. Yes.
And so she would be at like kind of level per se. Handoff. Mejia coming near side, looking for somewhere to go, and tackled there by Yabara. Surprised he's even in the game. No, that's Logan Waymeyer. Sorry, number 12, Logan Waymeyer on the stop. Horn was also in there on that tackle. Loss of, gain of 1. 7:28 and counting. About you, Itchy, you said you're going to make the West Fest a little bit?
Maybe Sunday, yeah. Go out there. Got some family coming in tomorrow. Got my son playing a football game in the morning.
I got to get my Halloween stuff up.
Oh, it is that time.
Yeah, I'm not quite that early, though. I do have my fall stuff
holiday,
up.
Isn't it?
It is. I love it, man. I've already got my fall stuff up. I was tackled in the backfield. Coming through there, number 55, Chris Bledsoe tackles Mejia for the loss. Third and long back at the 35 now. Yeah, that's my holiday. I mean, the house I live in now is kind of horrid anyway. All I really got to do is just, I don't even have to put cobwebs up. I already got them. I mean, literally.
We got somebody
cramps
down.
again from the other team this time. Yeah, I told my fiance, I said, you know what? Just leave the lights on and open the doors. That's haunted enough for this house. Glad to get out of that sucker. Dave, I'm in a terrible place, man. I had this beautiful place last year, but we made a good decision, her and I, that said, look, we're paying all this money for this nice, pretty house when we can go get this old junky house for half the price. All we need is each other. Boy, was that a mistake.
Oh, my God.
We are saving so much money, Dave. I've got money to throw away now, but that house is horrible. No, it's okay. I give her a hard time because she could live in anything. That's just the kind of person she is. But we're saving a lot of money doing good things. But it's just a real small house. I'm not used to it. And it's in the Elmont. Elmont. Now I know why Elmont's in a completely different zip code zone. I'm like, why do they give Elmont a 76640 zip code? Oh, they don't want no part of Elmont.
Boy, yeah, run the clock. I like that. The referee's asking me, even there ain't nothing going on, let's run that sucker.
Run it.
Let's just get people out of here.
Yeah, it's 10:30 almost here.
Oh, my gracious.
3-hour game so far.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the scoreboard, there's nothing but F's all around, except for University of Waco. That's almost over.
Is University going to get their first win?
No. That's the last time they won.
Huh? That's what I'm saying. I think it's 3 years ago.
It's 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Man.
It's bad. Hand off, straight up the middle. Mejia and nothing doing. Couple maybe. Actually, Eddie Dark on the carry. And And he gets it to the 39, 4th and 12, and looks like they'll punt it away to Mart. I'm sure that when Mart gets it, it'll be run plays, run the clock down here as we're just now getting under 6 minutes to play here. And your score, Mart 60 and the Bulldogs 60. 54-point lead here. And we will be complete. And did you think we were even going to get on here earlier tonight after we had all the problems?
Yeah, we usually do.
We usually do, but it's hard because you can't communicate to people. You know exactly what's going on there, but again, for some reason, everything was haywire when we got here with the internet. So we finally got on. It was, I want to say, a little bit into the second quarter, and the score was only,
6-0.
Yeah, 6-0. So nobody missed anything magical. But I'm sure people were hitting that button, going, where is it? Apologize for that, folks. But when the game is over, it'll record and it'll save it automatically. So if you want to go back and re-listen to some of the stuff we finally did get in, and I think, I don't know how the buffering thing works when you record it. The buffering is still there, or if it goes away. Find out after the game. Go home, sit in my chair, and throw this up on my YouTube on the TV and listen to it. First and 10 for the Panthers. Martin still your quarterback. He'll hand it off to Ben Schultz. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage maybe. Second and 10. Mart Panthers will roll into the 2018 season 1-0 here. Another easy win to start the season out. Dave, you going to join us again, or did you just have enough of this one for me and him? Did you just?
Oh, I've got several Hofland jokes that I haven't used on you.
Oh, save them.
Yeah, you're going to need them, trust me, because some of the games we play will be the same thing, jokes. Handoff, Demetrius Green on the far side, got room, 40, 50, look at that guy go. And he's being chased. Will he get caught at the 10? 5 touchdown. Demetrius Green.
73 yards.
Wow. 4:30 left in the game, and a beautiful run by Demetrius Green. Never even touched.
His second touchdown tonight. Man.
And it's not like Mart was trying to score. No, just, you know, that's one of those things, too. It seems like they play a team, and the team's kind of giving up towards the end, not really playing as hard as they were, and then Mart just scores because Mart doesn't stop playing.
And they shouldn't.
No, absolutely. And I think that's one of the things Sanders hoping to learn from, you know, this side of the field over here is that, you know, just don't quit. I mean, we saw that against Refugio. Do not quit. Refugio came out and put it to him, smashed him right in the mouth, didn't they? I mean, it was. Yeah, they did. They come out and said, we're Refugio and you're Mart. We'll see you. And Mart stood a test. You had the perfect line at the end. You know, the heart of a champion came out. They showed it.
I saw back in the 70s or 80s when Refugio played Lorena down at Memorial Stadium in Austin. 7-6.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That Refugio had Willie Mack Garza.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's take a quick break. Get one more commercial in here. 4:30 left. The extra point was good. 67-6 now, as the Mart Panthers getting a great start on this 2018 season. We'll be back with more EMEX presentation of Mart Panther Football, brought to you by First National Bank, Central Texas.
With hundreds of energy suppliers in Texas, how do you know your business is paying the best price for electricity or natural gas? EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange, takes the guesswork out of your energy contract. Join the thousands of businesses, schools, and state and local governments who have utilized EMEX's extensive market experience and proprietary technology to purchase power. EMEX will get the most reputable energy suppliers in the nation to compete in real time for your business in an online reverse auction that will drive down your energy rates right before your eyes. So in the end, you know you received the best deal. Call the EMEX office in Waco, Texas at 254-751-0364 to speak to an energy market expert and begin saving money for your business, school, or governmental entity. EMEX, the Energy Market Exchange. EMEX LLC services not available to residential customers or regulated areas. Reverse auction available to clients with over 500,000 kWh annual usage. Savings claim based on the average rate offered by energy suppliers in Texas versus average EMEX reverse auction results.
Hey, this is Patsy Williams, and I'm Remo's mother, and you're listening to the Mart Panthers.
Thank you, Mom, as there's the kickoff, taken at the 15-yard line by Estelle, and he's running the far side. And got a good running lane at the 40, 45, crosses the 50. Did he step out? He did. Yeah. Right there around midfield, but another great run back that time. Is he just takes it from one side and goes all the way across the other side of the field.
You know, we didn't recognize the referees tonight.
We didn't, and I gave you that list. So, well, just because early on we had all that issue early on. We didn't get half the stuff in we needed to get in.
And they are Roger Smith, Joe Vargas, Toussaint Jackson, Gary Eiler, and Jeremy Ellis.
Yeah, and it's important to talk about those because they're struggling, having a hard time filling up all the football fields with officials. And, you know, so it really just hats off to the guys that are out there doing this, and they need more. Because we see a lot of games that are having to be played on Thursday because of stadium situations, but also because of official shortages. Keeper by Webb, we hadn't seen him run too much tonight, and probably can see why as he's hit at the 50-yard line, and that music is exemplary to how the hit was there. Boy, he was rocked hard there. You notice I got bumper music that has got like no words and it's not songs you know? Did you notice that?
I didn't notice.
Did you know that, Dave?
No, I was very
because it's YouTube, you can't use copyrighted music.
Oh, that's right.
So I have to use all the special music they have in their little use this only category. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's all been pretty good stuff. But come Halloween and Christmas, I'm going to be upset because I won't be able to play that kind of stuff.
It's true.
Because you take a chance that they can literally block you and take you off. So, of course, we didn't need them to block us to take us off earlier. We kind of that one happened on our own or not on our own. But
we committed harry-carry.
Handoff. Goes nowhere. Third down. 3:15 and counting here. I wonder if Ben Schultz is realizing how much funner it is with 11 guys on the field than 6. It's like, wow, you know, this is like 6-man, though. I mean, Mart runs all over the place, just like 6-man. It's like they never stop. But it's got to be a big difference coming from 6-man playing some 11-man football, especially at Mart where, you know, you're expected to come out and compete and be a good ball player as Estelle will go in motion. And they'll front pitch to him on the jet sweep down the sideline, 50, 40. Boy, he's trying to get in there and get him a touchdown, but ran out at the 35-yard line on the Mart's 35. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, 2:28. And they are, Dave, they are letting the clock roll now. They even didn't stop it there with the out-of-bounds play. Itchy, you want to come over and have a slumber party or anything?
Sure.
Spend the night?
Yeah.
We'll listen to the game back and drink some brew. Cold beer.
Good. Listen to the game only take. Well, it ends up being a full-time game time-wise.
That'll be 2 o'clock in the morning before it's done. We can go get some bowls. Handoff coming near side of Estelle, looking for a hole. Gets a bit of a blocking there, but then taken down after a minimal gain. There he is again there, that number 66 we've been talking about all night. Shepard.
Yeah, Jeremy Shepard's been called his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, I'll be glad just to walk my truck, you know, and stretch out a little bit, I can tell you that. Oh! Go get my own water in me. I'm dehydrated too, Itchy.
Stay in bounds.
Absolutely.
Back to pass, Webb, Estelle at the 30, 25, makes a cut. The 20, pushed out of bounds right there by Horn. Does get a first down for the Bulldogs, though. They gonna have enough time to score here? They hurry the line. Clock running here in the fourth quarter. 67-6 to score. With 55 seconds left. Is actually at stop now. Not sure why. I thank Mr. Billy McKinney for bringing me a automatic charger up here for my phone. I appreciate Mr. Billy McKinney. And handoff to Still. I think they're trying to get him a touchdown there as Still's the far side. He might get it. The 10-5 breaks a tackle. And is he in?
I think so. He did.
He is in. It's going to be a touchdown finally for Estelle with 43 seconds left in the ball game. That was needed. Almost exactly the same score as last year. That is kind of ironic.
Yeah.
As it is a successful start to the 2018 season for the Panthers. I think the one thing they'd want to change too is to go undefeated, not lose any games this year, which, you know, losing one ain't nothing when it's Lexington, but still take pride in that. They'll go for two here to try to get the final score 67-14. Webb rolls out to the far side, got a man.
Oh, right.
Overthrows him. Right. So it'll stay 12, 67-12. So you got to give them credit right there, though. There's no quit in the Bulldogs this time.
These two teams are going to sleep pretty well tonight.
Oh, yeah. Ice baths galore. Figure out how to turn that off there, Richie.
If you unplug everything from it, it goes off?
No? Maybe it does eventually. I don't know. Something new.
There you go.
What? Yeah, maybe that's what it was then. You holding that down? Oh, okay. I'm a new toy here. I'm trying to figure out how to work it.
It's cool.
Yeah, it is very cool. As both teams out ready for the kickoff with 43 seconds left here in the ball game. We thank you for listening to the first broadcast here. Again, early on troubles, but we got it on and going. We're going to work on that between now and next week as we travel down the highway just past Salado as we go to the Holland Hornets Hornet Field and take on those Holland Hornets, and hope we have everything worked out there. We, like everybody else, we have our off season and our summer conditioning program that we don't do. And we start all over again each year like everybody else. I think they're going to do an onside kick here.
You better.
Yeah, I'm saying, please don't. They do not. Little short kick to out the 33-yard line. It's taken right there, and immediately down is number 12, Waymire.